Social can grow, disobedience turned their hearts to stone.
Greetings!
Lost in the zone, now they're paying rent in Hades' bone hole.
Hey!
Crackheads, no shelter in the night.
Tap the screen.
Gates that eternal fright.
Share the live. Good morning, Shay.
Only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float.
Let's go.
Foolish on the underworld note. Denied Olympian decree, now they tote. Eternal dope antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen. Demigods whisper, lost souls
Good
scream.
morning.
Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream.
Good morning, W Heaven in the chat.
Echo loud, lost in soul.
Make sure you tap the screen, share the live. Good morning, Meredith.
From Olympus cloud, rejecting truth, their fates avowed.
Oh yeah, we're back in the Thunderdome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. You know exactly why we are here. Alright, yeah, we got a lot to get through. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. W Attacking in the chat. Welcome, Attacking. How are you doing? Wow.
Convene, no way back.
Hey, good morning, Queen Flea.
Gotta pay the toll, or face the dole.
Yes,
Charon's boats too full to float.
that's right, ladies and gentlemen.
On the underworld moat.
Welcome to the show. Yes, it's about to be showtime. Go ahead, send the live to all your friends.
Zeus.
Send the
Coming
live.
through the city, a lot of bounce to it.
That's right.
And if it's a trap beat,
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the
so
show.
it has a lot of bounce to
You
it.
know we're back.
So they asking me what's the new vibe. I tell them it's me,
There you go. Yeah.
Hurricane Zeus.
Hurricane
yeah.
Zeus.
Coming through Hurricane Zeus. Yeah. Bro, they asking me what's the new vibe. I tell them it's me, Hurricane Zeus. Yeah. Coming
Yes,
through
ladies and
Hurricane
gentlemen, welcome
Zeus.
back.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm the new vibe, I ain't gonna lie. I know they looking
Good
for
morning.
the truth. They want Hurricane Zeus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
See, I'm coming and I'm bringing all
You
the
know exactly
drama.
why we're
I'm coming
here.
and I'm bringing the destruction. Because people want
Tom,
the truth,
knock it
and
off.
they
I'm not a
claiming
Trump
I'm
supporter,
wild,
and you
but
know
they
that.
ain't getting it. So now you got me standing up here looking at
Welcome
you
to the
in
show,
eyes
ladies
while
and
you
gentlemen.
waiting
Good
on
morning.
me, wishing that I would stop, but I won't, because I
This is
got
the person that's
permission to
ruining our
accomplish.
country right
I am
here.
the boss.
This
I
is
am the
MAGA's
mission.
daddy
I'ma
in the
keep it dripping.
background,
I'm
right?
saucy. I'm everything above. I'm the classiest one up in here. Yeah, it's my
All right,
city,
ladies and
and I run it.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Sorry I'm a little late. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm a little late because this guy's doing something, ruining our country. You see him up there, Time Person of the Year, and I said, you know what? Let's not celebrate this. Let's go ahead and stop this right in its tracks. All right. So before we get started, let's get started with some of the housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. No, I could put his background up there, MAGA. I know he's your daddy, but I just think this is the only way you'll look at him, because you won't look at him when we show you who he is. So please sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. I don't got all morning to do this, all right? So like I was saying, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. First H is because I'm honest. The second H is because I am humble. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Hi, Tiffany Quarter people. Yes, Joe, I am honest, I'm humble, and I'm handsome. And you can go look. It's been that way since day one, to be quite honest. Many of you know exactly what we do over here on this side of TikTok, on this side of town. What we do is we hold this person right here and all of his little supporters out there accountable for what they're about to do. All right, you're ruining in this country. We're about to head towards a 1929 style depression, one like we've never seen before. Trump Hoover is what I call him. All right, you call him Times Person of the Year. Ty, you could go ahead and send me a guest request. I wouldn't even call what you and I do a debate, though. To be quite honest, Ty, the only thing you really need to do, and you could actually go tell your friends to do it, you should all pile up in a line. Number one, you should send all of the so-called money you got. You should send it to all of the Democrats on TikTok who continue to educate you. Send it to the Democrats, because we do all this hard work educating you Trump supporters. Okay, but then the second thing you do need to do is you honestly do need to repent, because you guys have ruined this country, and you have no clue what you've done. And I know exactly why you voted for Donald Trump. It's like that one dude, Tiny Tank Top Tom said to me, Zeus, I voted for Donald Trump. Why? Because he's not a Democrat. You know what I mean? You guys don't think. You gotta think. You gotta think, all right? Because you don't know what we cover on this side since Trump won the election is going to be mass deportations, right? How many of you want to see mass deportations? I just want to see if anyone out there wants to really do this. How many want to see mass deportations? Let's see. Okay, Eli, you do? Kathleen, you do? That's sick. You guys are some sick people. Any of you want to see those tariffs? Any of you want to see those tariffs? Put a one in the chat if you want to see the tariffs. All right. I just want to see where your hearts are at. You want to see the tariffs? All right. So we want to talk Time Magazine. All right, let's get into this. Many of you know this interview. You can go look at it. I don't know. He spent 65 minutes answering questions. But I'm just going to dive into the parts that I think matter to the most to the American people. All right. So the interviewer, they said, well, let's shift topics. And I know you care quite a bit about immigration. You recently said on Truth Social that you plan to use the military to deport migrants. The Posse Comitatus Act prohibits the use of military for domestic law enforcement. What will you do if the military does not or refuses to carry out your orders? So they're asking him, sir, if the military refuses to do what you say do, what are you going to do? Because we know you're going to try to use them to deport migrants. He goes, well, it doesn't. It doesn't stop the military if it's an invasion of our country, and I consider it an invasion of our country. We have criminals coming into our country that we've never seen before. We have people coming in at levels and at record numbers that we've never seen before. And I'll do what the law allows, but I will go up to the maximum level of what the law allows. And I think in many cases, the sheriffs and law enforcement is going to need help. We'll also get the National Guard. And we'll go as far as I'm allowed to go according to the laws of our country. Interviewer goes on to say, if you can't negotiate agreements with receiving governments and none seem receptive, will you of necessity have to hold these detained and migrants in camps? Will you have to keep them in camps? He goes, I'll get them into every country. Or we won't do business with those countries. This is what he wants to do. You guys voted for this. So you won't need to build more detention facilities, sir? No. Because look, we may have to do it anyway, because look, they brought in millions of people, and many of those people have been, taken out of jails and prisons. You look at the prison population, what's happening all over the world except here. No, I can't even conceive of why we would allow criminals, known criminals, people from jails that have tremendous records. Look, if you look at the 13,000 plus 1399, which was issued by Border Patrol, they said those people were unalivers and they allowed them into our country. Why would somebody do that? And that's why the Democrats lost, because many things like that, that's a bad one. By the way, that's a bad one, but there are many things that, so you're saying there won't be more camps to hold detained migrants. Well, there might be. So now he's saying there might be new camps. Whatever it takes to get them out. I don't care. Honestly, whatever it takes to get them out. Again, I'll do absolutely within the confines of the law. But if it needs new camps, but I hope we're not going to need too many because I want to get them out. And I don't want them sitting in camps for the next 20 years. I want them out. And the countries have got to take them back. And if they don't take them back, we won't do business with those countries. And we will tariff those countries very substantially. When they send products in, they will have substantial tariffs, and it's going to make it very hard for them to do business with us. So, translation, you Trump supporters, your cost of living is going to go through the roof because of your hatred towards immigrants and people of color. And to the immigrants and people of color who voted for Donald Trump, congratulations, you played yourself. So guess what I'm going to do? Let's warm up the lake of fire, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and start this show off by sending Donald Trump and his supporters into the lake of fire because they really have no clue what the heck they're doing other than making my egg prices go through the roof. Let's give them a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Now, I see some of you Trump supporters are triggered by my programming and what I'm doing. Maybe you didn't hear my message before, but I'll play it again. If you have a problem with the way I run this show, do me a huge favor.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. All right. Now, somebody said they wanted to talk to me. Let me see if they're in the guest request. All right. I'll bring you right on up here. This is not going to take long, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take long to help Trump supporters understand the error of their ways. Hey, good morning. Who do we have? Ty, are you there? Ty, are you there? You probably left because there was so much truth I was giving you, and that's understandable. Ty, what's going on? Your connection, it seems like it's struggling a little bit this morning. Are you okay? I guess we're not connecting. Going once, going twice. Sold. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ty said, "I'll come up here and I'll talk to you." But guess what, Ty? You just can't do it because your connection is not working. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat, and I'll bring you right up here and we'll get you straightened out. All right. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm an honest broker of the truth. I'm an honest broker of the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I don't play any games. All I do is just give it to you straight. I mean, that's how I was raised, right? And that's the best way to do it. All right. I'll bring up another person. I see somebody. Hopefully they'll come up here and be very civil and we don't have to play identity politics and we can just really get at the heart of these issues. Good morning.
How you doing?
All right. You voted for Donald Trump? This guy behind me?
I did. I also voted for 2 Bushes, a Clinton, 2 Obama twice. I'm an independent. I vote for the issues, not the person.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And what part of the country are you from? Because I don't like that identity politics stuff.
I'm from Ohio.
All right. Shout out to Ohio. So what was your number 1 issue? Because you know where I stand. You know where I stand on a lot of these issues. So I just need to know.
Well, my number 1 issue was with all policies. I mean, I went through Trump, my 401k, and my money went a lot further. I was able to buy a lot more things, and I did well up until the pandemic. And then everybody wanted to blame Trump for the pandemic, but Trump's not a medical doctor. He had to rely on what Fauci told him, and Fauci told him a bunch of lies, we found out.
Oh, my God. What was the lies?
Well, we didn't need masks. We didn't need vax. They kept, hospitals were getting paid if they put people on ventilators and did certain things. People were dying of different diseases, and no matter what,
Yeah,
they
it was
they
new.
passed as COVID.
It was new, so it was new for everybody. You know how that
Well,
goes.
it
right?
was,
It's like
but,
when
you
you
know,
make
they
you
knew.
make a car and you sell a car. You know they do recalls sometimes, right? It's hard to get it right the
But if
first
you
time.
got people with heart disease, and you got people with underlying diseases that was going to kill them, and they just show that they had the COVID virus, the hospitals would say they died of COVID, so they got extra money.
Got it. Got it. Now, what if I were to give you some information that might change your mind in terms of how I see Trump's response to
Well,
the
I mean,
pandemic? Would
I'm
you be
open
willing?
to-
Would you be willing to consider it?
Of course I am. I listen to everybody.
Thank you,
know,
because you're an
if
independent,
better.
and you're an independent, and I just want to hold you to that because I got to see if you're really truly independent and you can be an honest broker of the truth like
Well,
me.
just because I'm an independent and you tell me something doesn't mean I have to agree with it either.
Well, that's not. Well, what does being an independent mean to you? Then?
Independent means you have to show me downright facts on something.
Would you happen to have a machine next to you? Do you need me? Like, if I were to give you some information that I just read, would you actually need to pull it up on your side to read it too in order for it to be
Well, if you
true?
gave me facts that you read, of course I'm going to look it up because I don't know if your facts are straight or not. What if
Okay.
it came from a liberal outlet?
That's
you know?
the part. So, what do you define as a liberal outlet? Because
Well,
you know,
CNN, MSNBC, stuff like that. You know, but
Fox,
they hold
okay.
down Trump.
Fox is okay.
Well, Fox has been wrong too. I
Okay.
listen to Fox, but I also listen to CNN to see who's lying about
Okay.
certain situations.
So you understand the game because I do the exact same thing. So we should actually get the same results doing this exercise together. So what if I were to say to you in May of 2018, May of 2018, who was president then?
That was Donald Trump.
The Trump administration, they disbanded the White House pandemic response team. If I were to give you that information, what would you say about that?
I have no problem with it.
But you just said you don't blame Trump for the way he handled it. And so if
Trump didn't.
if you get rid of the defense for the pandemic, what happens?
Well, Trump didn't want to lock us down. Trump wasn't trying to do all that stuff.
Wait a second. Now, I haven't gotten there yet, but this is before the pandemic, right? So Obama put this thing into place to help prevent, help us to navigate and deal with pandemics. Donald Trump said, is that something Obama did? Yes, sir. Get rid of it. Because that's what he does, right?
No, what he went and did was he talked to Dr. Fauci, who was in on this whole damn thing.
But,
And
sir,
Fauci
this
made
is in
the call.
2018. This is in 2018. I haven't gotten
And
to.
Fauci was there, and he was. What was he doing?
So-
he was giving
so-
Trump all the information on everything.
But, sir, remember, you're an independent. So
know.
you have to not agree with me, but you have to at least acknowledge that this could be true.
Well,
And
I'm
and
sure it
because
can be true.
to walk away from this discussion and just say it's not true would mean you're setting yourself up for failure. So let's explore the fact that maybe Trump did in 2018 before the pandemic started. Maybe he did get rid of the pandemic response team.
Mm-hmm.
That means you got rid of the nation's defense in terms of how to respond to a
Well,
pandemic.
why would Trump do that?
Because
Who
he
was the
hated
number one
Obama.
medical guy who would
Because he
say-
hated Obama. I answered your
No,
question.
he didn't hate Obama. He kept some of the things Obama had. Look at his past. He has some of the things Obama had. Biden hated Trump, but he left some of the things Trump had. He even left the tariffs for the Chinese.
So
They all hate each other. and-
Okay.
and
Well,
policies.
he didn't think Obama knew what he was doing. How about
Well,
that?
that's because, like I said, let me
Thank you.
finish.
So
Dr.
now
Fauci
that we've got that out there, you
You're not
actually
letting me finish.
well, you're not even considering the information.
No, I am considering. I'm saying that Trump probably did cancel it, but
Thank
in
you.
order to cancel anything on medical wise, who did he go to? Fauci. Trump's not a doctor, and then Fauci said, "Hey, we don't need this." Just like he was telling everybody, I didn't tell everybody we should stay locked up. I didn't tell everybody we should have masks, and then we go back in the videos, and there he is telling everybody you should be locked up, and we should go out without masks. And they were telling everybody, don't get together at
Okay.
church, but it was okay to
Okay,
riot.
now you're jumping ahead, sir, but there's something you keep saying, and I gotta just stop it. You said Trump didn't tell people to get locked down, but on March 13th, 2020, he proclaimed a declaration of a national emergency, and that was the national lockdown. So
An
I need,
emergency, a
yeah.
national emergency. He didn't
So-
call lockdown. Fauci
yeah, he did. That was in March 13, 2020. I need you to.
Because Fauci
No,
told him to.
no. Okay, so Fauci is running Donald Trump.
Fauci is the medical guy.
so
He's
wait
the
a minute.
science guy. Who's he going to listen to?
So
He's
who
not a
was the
doctor.
president, Fauci or Donald Trump? Because you
All
know
right,
how
well, let me ask you this.
you know
You're
how
the
the chain of
president.
you know how to wait now. How do you pronounce your name?
Dane.
Dane. Chain
I don't
of
know why I
command.
got it like that.
Chain of command, Dane. I'm not a rocket scientist. I am not a doctor. I'm a simple, well-to-do American. Is the president the one that should be giving Fauci orders, or should Fauci be giving Donald Trump orders?
All right. Well, let me
Just
say
keep
this.
it clean,
Let me
man.
finish. Now you want to deliver it down to like the military. I got to follow the orders of the general.
Because he's the
Of course
commander
I
in
do.
chief.
That
He's the
doesn't make
command,
the generals right, does
but
it?
he's the commander in chief. The
All right.
responsibility stops at the top. That's how I was raised.
People were appointed in certain situations, and Fauci was a head medical doctor. Whatever Fauci said, Trump had to follow because he's not a doctor. Trump
But-
can't just say, "I don't
okay.
agree with you," and then everybody dies.
But sir,
because he took on the doctor
sir, what you're doing, I want you to know every excuse you give Donald Trump, then we're going to have to give that to Joe Biden. And I know you would never give President Biden any excuse for the way he's running this country. Because I could simply say, Biden's been listening to the experts. And you're going to turn around and say, that's not good. He's the president. So let's not do
Tell
that.
me what he's listening to.
When it
Did
comes-
he listen to Fauci? Because yes, he
Yeah.
did. All right. And
So-
what happened? Fauci lied about everything.
Whoa,
It's coming out.
Dane, we're no longer in the pandemic, right? I'm doing simple math to you. Are we still in a national lockdown? Is the pandemic still here?
No, it's not. Still
Who
here.
was the president when it left? Who was the president when we no longer were, doing the lockdowns? Who was the president?
Wasn't it Biden?
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you, Joe Biden. Dane, if I had a prize, Dane, if I had a prize, you would get the prize because you're
But
telling the
Fauci
truth.
said keep them locked down, and that's what Biden did.
No.
Who followed Fauci? Biden. Biden didn't do that on his own. Fauci told him to keep them locked down. Biden didn't do that.
Dane, you just admitted we're not in a lockdown anymore. And you admitted that it was lifted under Joe Dane.
It took years, and Biden was involved in the lockdown more than Trump was.
Dane,
Am I right?
Trump started the lockdown. Biden got it
Fauci
lifted.
started the lockdown. Trump told everybody we don't want to be locked down.
Okay.
Florida did not lock down.
Okay,
Other
so-
states did not lock down.
So Dane, this is where I say I don't know if you're really independent at this point because you're not playing by the independent.
I am. I'm giving you the facts.
Well,
as to what I
okay.
read and found out.
I read you an executive order.
And I am a medic from the Army.
Dane, who signed the executive orders in the executive branch of government? Who signs it? Dr. Fauci?
Who calls all the military shots? The military guys go in, they give all the shots on what's going to happen, and then the president says okay to it, or whether or not he thinks it's a good idea.
Dane.
What he thinks is a good idea brought to him by his military
Dane. I'm
chiefs.
not asking you to do trigonometry and calculus right now. I asked a simple
What you want to
question.
do is simplify everything down to Trump.
'Cause I'm
being
not as
wrong.
smart as
He
you,
had to
Dane.
Listen to the people he has under him.
Dane, clearly,
And Fauci
Dane,
was the man.
Dane, I'm not as smart as you. I need it to make
I didn't
sense.
say you were smart or less smart. I think
Okay.
you're a highly intelligent person.
No, don't say that, Dane. Don't please. I'm just trying to get you to be an honest person, an honest American.
I am.
And
I
you
voted
will-
Obama twice.
I
What
don't-
do you think? You think I don't go either way? I do my research, and Fauci called this one, and Trump went along because Fauci was a head medical person.
Now
You
I don't want
follow the
to.
head
I don't.
person
I don't
on
want to. I
issue.
don't want to use your words, but I'm going to. So Trump listened to Dr. Fauci.
Uh-huh.
What does that say about Trump's ability as a leader to you? It doesn't sound like he's that smart, right? You shouldn't be listening to somebody that's going to sabotage your entire presidency. So this means Trump has a problem. He doesn't know when to take
okay.
charge.
I get
He
what you're
does.
saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying. That's like saying that I respect my dad more than my doctor, but my doctor told me I got cancer, and my dad said, screw it, you do not. I don't see it. Who you going to trust, the doctor or your father who's over you?
That's a tough question. What would be the correct answer, Dane?
Well, the doctor, if he did the experiments to find out you had cancer, what's your dad going to do to find out you got cancer?
So you understand how this works.
I understand Fauci did put the money for the
Who should the
research.
American people trust? Should they trust the president or Dr. Fauci?
Well, they wanted to trust the president. Obviously, I trusted Trump.
But
I
who's Trump?
trusted him
But
with
who's
my
Trump?
life.
But who's Trump? Huh?
I trusted Trump with my life on this vaccine thing. But I went by what Fauci said and did, and I did the
Whew.
research. And when they started closing off every other doctor that was
Sir.
against him, Fauci was shutting down everybody else, and then they were going to Facebook and telling
Sir,
them anybody
sir,
says
sir,
this is
sir, sir,
misinformation.
sir. You know what? I when you said you trusted Trump with your life, that sealed the deal for me. I
I'm a
get it.
soldier. Is he not above me? Is he not above me? Is he not the commander in chief?
I-
I'm a soldier.
But okay.
So do I not have to trust him with my life? And he has to trust the generals into bringing him the right information to make the right call. Am I
But-
not right? So you have to trust
but
the professionals.
but you trust him and he trusts Fauci, right?
He had to trust Fauci.
So
Even
let's
Obama trusted Fauci.
So let's listen to you where you're
Fauci's been in there for like 30 years or
Dane,
something.
Dane. But do you get what you're look? This basically says if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. You get what I mean? So you put your life in Fauci's hands.
Everyone did because he was the
No.
lead medical person.
No.
And then we started doing our own research, and that's when we didn't follow him. anymore.
No. So
I didn't take that vaccine.
Okay, but Dane, Trump did, and he actually was helping to create
I
it.
don't
But
think Trump did either. I think
Operation Warp
a lot of
Speed.
politicians took a placebo. Is what I think.
Dane, Operation Warp Speed. Let's stop. Everything you said to me, I've had a power, a super ability to push back on it and help you understand you're wrong. And as a matter of fact, Trump is responsible for a lot of that stuff, right? You started this conversation saying Trump wasn't responsible for the pandemic. I gave you one bit of information. I showed you he dismantled the pandemic response playbook. I didn't even get into the other stuff where in July of 2019, the CDC epidemiologist that was embedded in China, they left the post, and Donald Trump, he refused to backfill the position. He refused, ladies and gentlemen, Dane, to be honest with the American people. At one point, he said, we have it totally under control. It's only one person coming in from China. So there was just, these are his words. These are
him. The lead
Dane,
medical person and the guy who says,
Dane.
I am science, so what I say is true.
Dane, I'm going to say this because I'm actually concerned. Are you
Well, you
okay?
don't have to be concerned
Can I
for
give
me,
you some
buddy.
Can I give you some feedback?
Go ahead.
All right. You're a very difficult person to communicate with. Has anyone ever said that to you? You're not.
No, not really.
You're not at least open-minded enough to explore that perhaps there's more to the story than what you've been told, which says it's like your mind is closed off and you're just doing all this extra defense for Donald Trump, and it's just
So,
not making the conversation
Can I
productive.
say
In my
something?
yeah,
So
yeah,
what you're trying to tell me is that I don't think for myself. When Fauci was going around telling everybody that, this wasn't from Wuhan, it came from bats. And we knew that he had put money into the research. We knew about the Chinese lab assistant
Dane,
there who
okay,
took it to
you're doing it
Wuhan.
again. You're doing it again.
No, what
Dane.
I'm doing is I'm trying to prove to you that Trump can only do what his experts tell him to do. He is a leader, but he's not a doctor. He's not a military guy. He is not the department over here. He is a business.
okay, but if you say
like a business,
so again, I don't agree with that because there's a lot of examples of Donald Trump not listening to the experts. Wouldn't you agree? And January 6th is honestly a good one. He didn't listen to the experts who told him he was wrong. He lost the election.
Whoa.
So
If
your
I'm not
statement.
mistaken, didn't he ask for extra guards and Nancy Pelosi turned it down? She admitted she turned it down. This was her fault. He didn't tell those people go over there and riot. He said go over there peacefully and have your voices heard. Now we're finding out that there were FBI agents in the group that were pushing them.
Dane, you're doing it again.
No, I'm telling you the facts.
Remember, I gave you some feedback. What was my feedback?
I don't remember. We were talking much. There's all kinds of feedback.
Did you take? Are you on anything? Perhaps. Did you take anything this morning?
Wow, we're gonna go there.
Well, because I heard
that's where you're going because someone doesn't agree with you.
That was a yes or no.
That's what you're gonna do.
How about? Because you're slurring your words.
I'm not slurring any words. I just happen to have brand new teeth because I was in a war that got them all knocked out.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm trying to get used to them.
Okay, my bad. But you understand my concern.
But you made an assumption
without
knowing who I am.
But can I be concerned? Is it illegal to be concerned about your fellow American?
Concerned over what? There's
your situation that you got going on.
I was on drugs. Just because I talk a certain way?
As a concerned citizen.
So I should say that every black that doesn't talk proper English, is there something wrong with you?
And there you go. So
no, that's what you're saying. If somebody doesn't talk the way you think they should
I knew
talk,
you were going to do it.
Are you on drugs?
I knew you were going to do it, Dane. I knew it.
No, what I did was I pointed out just like you. And what you want to do is play the victim when anybody comes back at you. It's like blacks making white jokes, but whites aren't allowed to make black jokes.
Dane.
Dave Chappelle.
Dane.
What I'm trying to say is
your racism is showing. Dane, your racism is showing. Put it away.
There is no racism here, brother.
It's showing. I can see it.
Many good black men and many good Asians. I don't have a racist bone.
It's
My
showing.
thing is everything's equal or it's not equal at all.
Let me see. Do you have the ability to turn your camera on? I want to see who I'm talking to, Dane, because what I do on this show.
I haven't taken a shower and I look pretty scummy right now. I haven't shaved in a couple days, but I don't need my camera on to make my point. I'm an Italian American.
So you're dirty.
Actually, I'm not even Italian American. I have Italian blood. I'm an American, just like you. You're not African American. You're an American. You've probably never been to Africa.
Dane,
you claim African American.
Dane, you know what, Dane? I'm gonna try to get you some help.
I'm done with this conversation because you don't want to let me talk. What you want to do is override me as long as your points are heard.
Dane,
Dane,
are you done? Because all I asked you was, are you okay? Have you taken anything?
See, and you went straight.
And you went straight.
How many of those people on there? Look at them. Black. And Dane's wrong. Dane's white.
And all you have done is expose that you're just a racist person somewhere in Ohio. You can't have the conversation without doing any of that stuff. It's race baiting. It's identity politics. And unfortunately, sir, this is exactly why you voted for Donald Trump, because you're more concerned about protecting your little situation that you got over there instead of helping your fellow Americans. You don't care about my egg prices. You don't care about the grocery prices. It's just preserving your little so-called power situation you got. I gave you nothing but facts, and you've been sitting up here spewing hatred, lies, misinformation on top of misinformation. Dane, I got one more question. Are you there, Dane? Can I ask you one more question? Hit unmute. Dane, hit unmute real quick. I got a quick question for you. Are you familiar with the Bible?
I am.
All right.
Somewhat.
Do you think your name is in the Lamb's Book of Life?
I have no idea.
All right, well, I got an answer for you. It's actually not, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to send this guest, Dane, straight into the lake of fire. Dane, your name isn't in the Lamb's Book of Life. You're on your way to hell. You have a serious issue. I don't know if it's your teeth or maybe you are on something, but if you can't really be an independent and have these honest conversations, Maybe when I cast you into the lake of fire and purge the MAGA demon out of you, you'll learn how to. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send him to the lake of fire. Let's give him a round of booze and chains.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah, I mean, Dane, it's you seem like a decent person, but if we can't even at least have a serious conversation about Donald Trump's behavior, he's an adult male, he's Times Person of the Year, and you're sitting up here with him on the face of a magazine talking about Dr. Fauci? Have you lost your mind? The buck stopped with the president, Dane. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Dr. Fauci wasn't on the campaign trail. It was him. He's the one that's making all the promises. He's the one saying he can fix it, Dane. So if he had to go talk to Fauci, he should have took whatever information Fauci gave him and did the right thing for the American people. All right, the buck stops with Donald Trump. All right, let me bring up the next guest, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't got all day. Oh my goodness. Good morning, my good friend Nutty. How are you doing, Nutty? Welcome to the show.
Doing well. Good morning to you. I just, can we just be honest, please?
Go
And
for
thank
it.
you. I just want to be honest.
Go for
Like,
it.
people, just get in the box and tell us what you really are. Don't get in the box saying I'm an independent and then you want to get on your knees in front of the orange god. Just tell us who you are. It is okay to say I voted for Donald Trump because I'm a Republican and I just like who he is. It's okay to tell us that because we already know and we already figured out that you are a racist, homophobic, transphobic piece of bleepity bleepity bleep.
Ooh.
So all you have to do is just get in the box and just be honest with us because you kept double talking and contradicting yourself.
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Somebody said they want to get in the box, Nutty. Somebody said they want to get in the box.
Why not?
Come on up
Good
here.
morning.
Greetings, T. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
You voted for Trump? It's going good.
Yeah, I'm 25. I'm from Michigan, and I voted for Trump.
Okay. All right. Did you hear what Nutty just said?
Yeah, I did. I necessarily didn't think he was racist just because he brought up race. I feel like if we can't so much as talk about race, then we got bigger problems at hand.
So T saying so let me make myself clear. The fact that you voted for Donald Trump, I'm calling you a racist.
Oh, you can call me whatever you want. That doesn't mean that I'm racist. I have friends that are many
no,
different colors, and I don't
Okay,
need.
so
you
we're
as
not
my
going to
friend
tokenize.
be
We're not going to
accepting of other
tokenize
people.
your so-called friends. We're not going to tokenize them. But the reason I call you racist is this. So if someone calls me something that I know that I am not, I would then follow up and say, "Well, why do you think that about me?" Right?
Well, I guess I'm confused. I might have joined late, but what exactly did he say that made you call him racist? Because I just joined into you guys having a
So-
conversation about Fauci, and then you turn around and call him racist. Like I don't know.
So hold on. I never talked to him. But see, the reason I said I'm calling you a racist, so I'm done talking about him because you're in the box now. So I'm going to talk about you now.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
the reason
what
I
would you
think
like to
you
talk
are
about?
racist is that if you support a racist, if you condone a racist, if you constantly just take up for what this racist person does, you are henceforth now and forever until you repent a racist. Because if you're not condoning the system that you say that I'm not part of, but yet you vote for it and you take up for, then what's the difference, my friend, my fellow Michigander? What is what is the difference?
The difference is I'm young, I'm accepting of all different people, and I want what's best for our country. And I'm sorry, but Kamala Harris wasn't best for our country.
No, I'm stuck on the racism part now. So you mean to tell me you're accepting of racists because you're like I'm accepting of all people? Guess what, T? I'm not accepting of all people. I don't accept racism.
Okay, then there's a
I don't
difference between
accept
me and you.
homophobia. I don't accept homophobia. I don't accept transphobia. So I am not accepting of all people.
Exactly. Now, T.
Wait, say that again.
He said he's not accepting of all people. Basically, we don't just give bad people a pass around here, right? There's something called accountability, and wouldn't you say that's important?
Yeah, absolutely.
And why don't you all hold Trump accountable for any of the bad stuff he's done? But you all seem to think Kamala Harris, for some strange reason, is the worst person on the planet. I don't get it.
Well, because it's okay. All right, all right. Let me just be honest. It's not like one person's better than the other person. Let's just be clear here. American politics is greater of two evils. Let's just be clear there. I don't know if you live under a rock, but I don't necessarily believe either side is sunshine and rainbows. I do think that one is pushing for more change than the other, instead of just throwing money at problems that we've had and always have tried to throw money at, and it's not solved. I do actually think that, and that's why I voted red, because you have younger people that are actually more connected to society, that want to make changes that we need in the country, not just
Is
in
there
general.
is there so I mean, is there a such thing as good change and bad change?
Absolutely.
So if somebody's advocating for more change but it's bad, then how does that actually benefit you? So, and the reason that me and Nutty and all of us we get up here and we do this, actually, I want to go back to the race thing real quick. A lot of your friends all accuse us of race baiting, fear mongering when we talk about race. You
Yeah.
ever heard that before?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe it too. I mean, I
But wait. So if a person brings up, what is the correct way, from the way you see it, that people should talk about racism without it being race baiting? Because
stop relying so much on media and start talking about more of your personal experiences and how you'd want to see change.
okay, so if we say things like, you know, mass deportations, it's racist, right? Because you're targeting a certain demographic of people. Is that race baiting?
No, but I think you if you were talking about immigration, you also got to talk about the disrespect of all the people that founded the country, that actually came here legally and went through and jumped through hoops and worked and made the money in other countries to be able to afford to come to the country. So I don't know, that's
Why
another
do I got to
topic,
do
but
it? Why do I got to talk about all of that when I'm just
because it's
talking about?
disrespectful to everybody that came here before any immigrant that you want to let in.
So on that vein, I just got a couple questions to get to my point, T.
Your country was founded on
Hey, T, hold
immigration.
on.
My family
T,
immigrated
T,
here. They gave up everything to move here,
T,
risking
hold on.
everything. Isn't
T,
that disrespectful to somebody just walk across the border and become a citizen? Like, I
T,
think
T,
so.
your family that immigrated here, they didn't come with papers. They didn't
Yes.
come with papers, my guy.
Well, they
They
didn't
were
know. They didn't
welcome.
come
They
with,
were
but they
welcome
came.
at Ellis Island.
Yeah,
They
and
were
they.
welcome at Ellis Island, and then they were given opportunity that these people aren't given. So why are you so against immigrants?
Because they're not. The difference is the people that are walking across aren't doing what it takes to become a citizen legally. They're just walking in and
Your
assuming that
people
everything's
weren't,
going to be fine.
dude. Your people didn't either.
Yes, they did. They jumped
No,
through
they
every
didn't. They
hoop.
came here without papers, my guy.
That doesn't mean that they didn't get papers when they came here, my
Okay,
guy.
that doesn't mean that the immigrants now aren't going to get papers.
Oh, bullshit. That is
Keep
bull,
it clean.
bull, bull,
Keep
bull.
it clean. We don't curse over here. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
See, see what happens when we start talking race. You see what's going on, and this is why you say, "Well, we should be able to talk race." But I don't think a lot of you are equipped to actually have a serious and honest conversation about
Well, what do you
race
want to talk
relations.
about? I'm here to
Race
talk about
relations
this.
in the United States of America. All right. So what Nutty is pointing out was your immigration situation is not the same as those who are coming in this country. And as far as I'm
Absolutely. You're
concerned,
100% correct on that.
so you're speaking from a place of privilege, and it comes across as very, very I don't even
Racist.
say.
I'll say it.
I would
I'll say
agree,
it.
but neither I, neither you, neither Nutty chose when they were born into this world to say that I was just born with privilege. Yes, I was, because I was born into a great country. In my eyes, is the best country in the world, and I'd like to see it head in that
But it's
direction,
not.
statistically speaking, in education, in healthcare, and all different in
Ranked
different
13th in
departments.
education in the
But it
world.
takes change. You got to understand the system that we've been running has held the
But do
very
you,
low
do
nationally.
you-
We want to be a national superpower, and we're held to 30th,
okay,
50th.
but
We're below countries that have no business being above us. We
sir,
have the funding.
sir,
We
you're
have the
doing that.
resources. We
You're
have the
doing that.
people.
I get it. I know you're very
He's
knowledgeable.
scalloping.
You're very knowledgeable. I don't want to rob you of that, but we got to have the conversation, as you said, right? My issue here is you don't recognize that these people that you're demonizing are actually helping to make this country just as you described it.
Well,
You're
100%. And
you're
making
you're you're
100%
you're,
take the
you're
right steps to
ignoring that.
become a
Wait,
U.S. citizen.
you're ignoring that all of those little things you're nitpicking about is exactly why you're able to say what you're saying. It's exactly why you can go to the store and make those purchases. It's exactly why you can buy your iPhones and do all of this stuff. And it's been going on well before Kamala Harris.
Whoever, okay, wait, hold on. I just want to address.
Zeus,
I just
very
want to
quick.
address one thing in the
Hey
comments.
T, hold
there.
on. What,
Somebody
before
said that
we
I
get too
want
far,
to keep
bef-
America
hey, T,
white. That
hold
is
on,
the
brother.
farthest thing from the
You
truth.
gotta
Brother,
stay in it,
friend.
stay elevated. We don't go there because
Hold
you
on,
get things.
hold on.
You get
Before we
Something's
get
gotta
too
be said.
far, I want to say something.
Yeah,
Zeus,
go ahead.
I want to
Yes.
give you these numbers: 382.9 billion in federal taxes, 196.3 billion in state and local taxes in 2022. All right, 59.4 billion dollars in federal and 13.6 billion in state and local in 2022. That's what the undocumented contributed to our society. But yet you keep saying that they're not contributing anything, but yet they're paying taxes and they're not taking from the system. T.
I never said that they didn't contribute anything. I just said that they didn't do anything along the right path to be able to become
Sir.
legal citizens.
Sir, that's doing something. They're here working. They're here busting their butts, trying to make a living, trying to make themselves a better person, trying to make their families a better family. But yet we're demonizing them. We're
Well, look,
demonizing
you're right.
them because they're not fair skinned like you are. T. So before I
but you're
go any further,
okay.
T,
So okay,
hey,
let's
T,
just talk
T,
about this really
T,
quick.
without
You're making
doxing
this about my
yourself,
skin color.
T,
I'm not saying
without
anything
doxing
about why
yourself.
they're different than me. If anything,
Hey,
I'm
T,
accepting. The
oh
only
my
problem
God,
that I
you
have
do
is
got the
how to
MAGA
become a
demon in
citizen.
you.
That's
Hey,
the only
T,
problem I have.
Hey T, without doxing yourself, what part of Michigan are you from?
Without doxing myself.
don't give
Well,
up the actual location. Just
Okay,
I'm not asking.
I'm about 2 hours from Detroit. How about that?
So I was more specifically looking for county.
Oh, it's kind of tough, man. It's on TikTok.
Well, okay, I can tell you I'm originally from Kalamazoo County. I'm from Kalamazoo. I don't
Okay,
care.
I worked in
I'm from
Kalamazoo. You ever go to Brewster's Smokehouse?
Yeah, no. So anyway,
Okay.
you're the reason I ask you that is
Yeah.
because for the first time in your lifetime, because this is the first time in my lifetime, and I'm 51, Michigan, our home state, my guy, is now a blue state, meaning it's in Democratic control at the governorship, with the attorney general, with the secretary of state, and the House and the Senate. It's blue. Tell me, please be honest when you answer this question.
Yeah.
Has your life in Michigan been greatly improved because of Democratic policies in the state of Michigan?
No, but I'm self-employed.
You are so not being honest. Go ahead, Zeus.
What do you mean?
Okay.
What? You just asked me a question. I answered it. What do you mean
So-
I'm being not honest?
So let's get back to the mass deportations. All right. You are aware that this is going to drive the cost up for everyday Americans, right? Because these are the people that are actually doing the work that most Americans refuse to do. You're aware of that reality.
Yeah, hold on. There's some music in the background. Hold on, hold on one second.
While he's doing that, he's saying no to my question, but yet the roads are better in Michigan. The economy is better. He may be self-employed, and that's great, but he is feeling the effects of Democratic policy. It was my point.
These people, Nutty,
Yeah.
to your point, right? The unemployment's low. We're no longer in we didn't get into a recession, right? And they're blaming Joe Biden for that. I mean, it's the most bizarre thing. So I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who are on the right do not know how the Democrats are helping them. I get that. So are you back, T?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right,
Sorry, I had
so
to put some AirPods in.
so you do recognize the contributions immigrants are making to this country, right?
Yeah,
Like you know today, right now, you go to the store, you buy something, you see construction projects happening. You do recognize that a good chunk of that work getting done is coming from undocumented people.
I do understand that our country was founded and built upon immigration. I do
Wait a
understand that, yes.
No. Well, listen, I didn't ask that question. I'm talking about right now today. You recognize that's happening.
Yeah,
And-
the only difference between immigration today and immigration when we were founded was how they became citizens.
No, because how we were founded involves slavery, and we don't want to go that far back right now. I'm talking about immigrants. All right?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm
it
saying
would be-
I'm saying you go to the store today, you understand there's a direct connection between what you purchase and the price you're paying and immigration. You do understand that. And don't do all of that that fast talking.
I'm sorry. I must have missed the question. Sorry. I keep looking in the comments.
I said you do understand there's a direct connection between what you're spending at the grocery store and immigration.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a different topic, but
No, well, no, I don't think it's really a different topic. I think you should understand that you're benefiting from Republican business owners who are hiring these undocumented people, and even Democrats or even independents. There is a market for people to hire these people that is translating into you and what you're paying for in terms of certain things, right?
yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You're saying that some companies are founded on cheap labor. I get what you're saying.
And you probably engage with those companies on a
Mm,
daily basis and may not even know it, but you got to act like you know now.
yeah. No. I mean, it's definitely prevalent, especially in the construction industry. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and in red states,
I mean,
right?
I think it's everywhere. I don't
Okay,
think it
so
matters
now
if you're red
now
or
now
blue
that we
if
okay,
you're hiring for
I'm
fifteen
glad that
dollars
you
an hour.
I'm glad that you said you think it's everywhere. So now that we got that reality understood, mass deportations Trump is talking about doing 11 million people. Now, you and I both know all 11 million are not technically the real harsh of the harsh criminals.
Right.
So this means some innocent people also got to get sucked into this.
Yeah. At least the way it was portrayed. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So this is where we get into your little beginning part where you're saying the lesser of two evils. I don't understand why you would actually advocate for that. If you're saying Kamala is more evil than that, you're saying it's better to get rid of American people here who fit the profile, fit the description, than to have Kamala Harris here and possibly keep things going in terms of our cost of living lower and getting us in that putting us on that path.
Yeah. I mean, to keep it a buck with you, though, I mean, if that was the only thing that divided the two, I probably would have voted for Kamala.
No, you wouldn't have.
This guy, he's got an opinion that no matter what I say.
Yeah, I do. You're right.
I know.
But
I can tell,
let's
buddy.
bring it home to you, T. Let's bring it
Yeah.
home to you.
Bringing it home.
Something that's going to affect you um, immediately.
Yep.
So your savior keeps talking about these tariffs.
Why,
All right.
why is he my savior? First
And
of
my
all,
guy,
why do you make this attachment?
my
to
guy,
substance
my
from?
guy attacking brings up a great point. With us being from the state of Michigan, I unfortunately I no longer live in the state of Michigan, but with us being from the state of Michigan, and Trump wants to attack Canada, where we get over 30% of our electricity, Michiganders, from Canada, and he wants to put these tariffs on Canada. Canada has already said that they will retaliate with electricity. Are you okay with losing your electricity because of Donald Trump, because of his little pissy little fits that he likes to have? Are you okay with it? Because
Am
these
I?
tariffs will directly affect you, T.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too far from a consumer's energy. I think that it would be different. Yeah, it would be a shift. I think yeah,
W sneaky fingers. Thank you, sneaky
charging
fingers.
other people for things that we use every day isn't a bad idea. I think
But
the
he was
problem.
supposed to cut your utility bill in half, according to what he said on the campaign trail.
Yeah, and well, okay. Well, here's the thing: is like not everybody's gonna like change right away, and it takes a
So
lot to
what
be
you're
able
saying, you're okay
to
with
come to
losing
change.
electricity?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I know that we're self sufficient, we can make it ourselves.
But just because we can do something ourselves, are we doing it?
Well,
We're
no, because
obviously
we're
not
we're
doing it
paying
enough
other
to where
countries.
Y'all
we're
hear what he's
importing
saying? Y'all hear
where
what?
we're importing electricity from Canada, my guy.
Yeah, and a 25% markup is gonna kill them.
It's gonna kick. It's gonna unalive. We use that word on TikTok, right?
Oh,
Unalive.
sorry. I'm
But
sorry.
but
You're right.
but
You're
you
right.
can
My bad.
understand the average American
For
can't afford.
educational
Yeah,
purposes.
you can understand the average American. Most Trump supporters, they really can't afford an extra 25% in their budget like that.
No, I'm not.
You do get that, right?
Right.
So T, for instance, what we
No.
have on the table right now is if we do mass deportations, the cost of those goods are going to go up, right? Which means inflation is going to go up, and if you add the tariffs, inflation is going to keep going up. And this is on top of the so-called Bidenomics that you guys have been crying about. Do you now understand that the lesser of the two evils would have been Kamala Harris? Because she wouldn't have done this.
No, no, not necessarily. But okay, where was her branch of government efficiency?
The Doge,
Yeah.
that's not even like really a real government department.
But wait, government
So there,
efficiency that he's going to hire two people for. That's
so
really
you're
efficient.
so you're okay with trillion-dollar audits every year? You're okay with the government just losing $1 trillion every year?
Oh, that's the angle you're going. No, I'm not.
Okay.
But
Well,
I
so
do kind of have a concern about
so
Elon and
okay. Well,
Vivek trying to
well,
be
let
the
me.
ones that cut government. Because here's the thing, sir.
Well,
The cuts they're talking about making include cuts to Social Security too. And I have a problem with that. I don't think most people who are on Social Security, I don't think it's enough already what they're getting. And now you're talking about cutting it? Yeah. It just seems to me like you're saying screw the American people because guess what? These billionaires, I guess, know what's best for folks like you and I, right?
well,
You think they know
I
what's
don't.
best for you?
I don't think that they could relate directly to an average American. No, but I
So
do
that then
think.
the answer to the question is you probably know just like I know Elon and Vivek have no idea what's best for you, but they're going to be the ones looking out for you.
Hey Zeus, before I get out of here, can I ask one more question to him?
Yeah.
I just the unfortunate reality is we're going to have to put up with Donald Trump's shenanigans for the next 4 years. That's the unfortunate reality. With that being said, T, are you okay? Are you okay with very wealthy people in our government, like an Elon Musk, who's literally taking subsidies in the tune of billions of dollars for his businesses to be in charge of departments that he's directly affecting? Are you
Are
okay
you
with that?
are you referencing Doge?
Are you okay with that, my friend?
Well, when you said the departments, are you referencing Doge because it's created to eliminate itself?
But it costs money to do that, right?
And do you know both
It, you're gonna pay someone to save you tons of money. Basically, you're gonna employ two people in the government to shave off
so
hundreds of
T,
billions of
you missed the
trillions of
point.
dollars.
You missed the point of my question, because the point of my question is, how is it we're going to save money from an entity or a person that's literally taking billions from the same government that they're looking to save money for? If you want to save money for the government, then stop taking those subsidies from the government. That's saving us billions right there.
In
That's
other
an easy
words,
fix.
in other words, what Nutty is saying is you do know Elon is getting money directly from our government, right? You know that?
Yes.
And do you think he's going to be cutting the money he's getting?
No.
And why are you okay with that then? That's my question. Why are you okay with that?
Because I'm business driven. I run a small business. I don't knock anybody else's game. I don't care if he makes $10 or he makes $10 billion. That is indifferent to me. What I think we need is somebody in there that can make our country net positive again. Problem is we're good at spending money. We're good at losing money. That's why we're trillions of dollars in debt.
Do you think Donald Trump is a good businessman?
I think that money. That's why we're trillions of dollars in debt.
Do you think Donald Trump is a good businessman?
I think that he knows something that the United States should take note of and actually
By
could
stealing their
benefit
labor
from.
and ripping them off? Sure.
Stealing their labor and
What
ripping them off. Why is
you
okay?
heard? You heard
Yes,
about the case
when
in?
you don't pay a person, you're stealing their labor.
Yeah, if you don't know how to write a contract, you will get the short end of the contract, 100%. If you
No,
don't know the
no.
contract that you're signing, you
There
will
is
get the short
proof.
end of the stick.
You know, you're 25. You're not 13. There is proof that Donald Trump just absolutely, completely stiffed contractors on the daily and
Yeah,
put
if you
them out of
don't,
business because of litigation. You know this is a common practice under Donald Trump, and you're okay with it.
What about the bankruptcies, Nutty?
He doesn't even care. He doesn't care about
What
the
about the
bankruptcy.
fraud? What about the fraud
He
case?
doesn't even care about that. The fact that the man can't legally run a business in the state of New York. He doesn't care about that.
So T, do you get why we think Kamala was kind of the lesser of two evils?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a great case against both. But again, I think that again,
No.
on from my perspective, I think you had two options here. You had one that was going to try and create bills and continue to use the same system to make change. Now, over the track record of our country, right? If you take a little scope, if you pan out of our country a little bit and look at it over time, the same system has not solved
Well,
the same issues that we have had
okay,
for
so that's an
years.
issue with the system, not the person.
Exactly.
So let's get back to
Exactly.
the
And that's
person. Let's get back to the people, right?
but
Because
you have two parties. One party that wants to change the system, and one party that wants to continue to use the same system that hasn't worked. Now again, and I think this is why you
but
have
remember,
shift
the
in
change is
votes.
negative. Remember, the change is the one that you're looking at is making a bunch of bad changes to the system, right? So you have an issue. You have a grievance with the system. So you advocate for a person that's going to basically exponentially increase the issues you have with the system because he's utilizing the system to do harm. Whereas at least with Kamala, you may have had her as maintaining the status quo at best, right? That's kind of how I'm looking at it. At the end of the day, I'm listening to this conversation, and you and I are, even if you don't want to admit it, I'm going to admit it for you. You know he's going to raise the cost of living on everyday Americans. You know he has no guardrails now, and no one's going to be able to stop him from doing anything he wants to do.
Yeah,
You
absolutely. That okay, but that's the
and
same as
and
like
and that includes going after people, his perceived rivals, members in the media. Definitely, the race issue is going to be front and center.
that'd be like saying Joe Biden didn't do anything about corporate gouging. There being
No, it's
more
They
not.
actually
air,
tried.
smaller
They actually tried.
packaging,
They
in a
actually
higher
tried, T.
price.
Hey,
But they
T.
did okay, but that's that's
He actually
blaming Joe.
tried.
That'd be like blaming Joe Biden for us
No,
getting
T,
gouged every
T,
day and
T, no,
saying that
stop.
the
Stop,
same
T.
thing I bought
T, when I
today
tell you that
isn't
they actually
less than the
tried,
same thing I
but
bought
we have a
3,
House and
4,
a Senate
5
that we
years
have
ago.
to. Hey, T, when we have a House and a Senate, a House that has done nothing, I don't know how they won the majority again because they have done nothing over the last term. They had a bill for price gouging, and the Republicans said no. T, come on, brother.
It's the lesser of two evils thing that I'm hung up on, T. It's like you see it, but I think deep down inside, if you admit that Kamala was the lesser of two evils, you would have to recognize you voted for the wrong person.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she had a lot of great things. I mean, the I would have been fine no matter what president we would have got. But I'm going to be 10 toes down for whatever president we have because I am loyal to the country. I want the country to be the best, whether it's red, blue, purple, green, pink. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Well,
You know
T,
what I'm saying? Like,
I wish you had chosen to vote for the American people. You chose to vote against the Constitution. You chose to vote against your mother, your sister, if you have a sister, your grandmammy and them, your auntie and them. You chose to vote against them, sir. You chose to vote against them because you felt for whatever reason, that Donald Trump was going to be the savior of America when he has shown that he is nothing but a grifter. He is a liar. He is a con man. He is a crook. You chose to put a felon in the White House because let's just call it like it is, T. Let's just call it like it is.
W Nutty in the chat.
You weren't comfortable with a black woman being
W
behind the
Nutty
wheel.
in the chat. W Nutty in the chat. That's what I
And
knew.
it's okay.
Tell him the
It's
truth.
okay to say you weren't. It's okay to say you weren't comfortable. That's okay to say you weren't comfortable, and that I'm not going to say you're racist if you say that. But what I am saying is I'm saying you are indeed a misogynist because you couldn't see a black woman sitting behind the Resolute desk. You couldn't see a black woman being the commander in chief of our military.
Amen.
You could not see a black woman or a woman at all. Let's take out race because we know you don't like to talk about race. Let's take away race. You
Okay.
don't like to see.
Amen. Let's
always
go.
the race
Charge.
card.
T,
You just don't like to
T,
see
we're
it.
helping you get your act together. All right. No one's probably had this much of an honest conversation with you. Please continue, Nutty. W Nutty in the chat.
And one more thing, T. One more thing. saying? Because you brought up immigration. You brought up immigration, sir. It's funny that you bring up immigration because Elon Musk, as you all call it, he was an illegal immigrant.
Bingo.
He came here illegally. Well, he overstayed his visa. He came under here under deceptive practices. Elon Musk, sir, the very guy that you're like, yay, Elon. And furthermore, Donald Trump, his in-laws. What happened the first week he was in the White House last year? The first week that he was in the White House and under his first term, what did he do? Do you remember? He gave citizenship to Melania's parents.
Wow. No.
And furthermore, the first lady of the United States, she was illegal herself. You can't make this stuff up. It just writes itself.
Thank you.
But yet y'all are the people of law and order. Y'all want accountability, except when it comes to your door.
But if you get married to a U.S. citizen, though, don't you become a U.S. citizen?
Not automatically, no. Absolutely not.
So you just went off of a whim. You just hope that's how it worked out. You didn't understand that this situation that you've put your friends. I'm assuming you got friends that are in the Latino community, don't you?
Yeah, all different kinds. I went to university.
And some of the people in the community voted for them. You all didn't understand that if you are here in this country and your paperwork isn't straight, you're illegal. And that could means you're going to be sent back. And Trump just admitted today it's not just going to be you, but the whole family.
So I would like to say these people that they're calling illegals, these people who are over here working their tails off, just trying to stay alive and make a good living, I say they contributed more than Melania showing her butt and her titties all over the internet. What does she literally do to help further the country? Because I can tell you what those immigrants are doing to help further our country. What did Melania do?
I mean,
Not a gosh darn thing.
You're not-
except
I mean,
showing
you're not-
butt and titties.
You're not wrong. I mean, but typically when you're president, you can do what you want. And yeah, I mean, Joe Biden just pardoned his son. I mean, you don't have to
don't-
talking about
Rightfully
that.
so.
Don't
And
bring
rightfully so.
bring that into this. Why do you always bring identity politics in here? Leave Hunter Biden.
He's
Leave
talking
Hunter
about-
Biden
he's talking about
alone.
giving citizenship to his to fucking his family or his freaking
Leave
family.
Hunter Biden alone. This man is not even in government. All right. And what you all did to Joe Biden, you beat him up. All he did was try to get this country back on track after Trump messed it up. And you underappreciated it. And it's sad. You actually went as far as to vote in your own worst interests.
So Zeus, Zeus, I'm gonna get out of here, but just one more thing. I actually know the story behind why the president pardoned Hunter since he brought it up, and then I'm gonna scoot up out of here.
Go ahead.
So they were sitting at dinner. They were sitting at dinner for Thanksgiving, and so Hunter was sitting next to President Biden, and so Hunter wanted some gravy, and he reached over his dad and said, "Pardon me, Dad." And so Joe was like, "Oh,
Cut it out, Nutty. Cut it out.
That's how he got the pardon. So, because Joe is so sleepy and he's so, he's got dementia. So Joe was thinking that Hunter was saying, "Dad, give me a pardon."
Yeah.
When Hunter was saying, "Excuse me, Dad," he said, "Pardon me, Dad." And Joe was like, "Yeah, I can pardon you."
Yeah.
And so he just gave him a pardon.
Yeah.
So the
That might have
pardon
been
really
that
isn't real.
your best point today, Nutty. No, I'm just kidding.
It really isn't real. But listen, Zeus, thank you as always, brother. Hey, T, listen. I don't hate you, my man. I just severely dislike you right now.
Okay, I don't dislike you. Hey, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
and I hope
no, there is no agreeing to disagree because guess why? I actually vote for human rights, and you vote against me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I
do
would
better.
beg to differ, but I think that
Please do better.
we can unite. And I think we can move forward as a country. I think that we
I
can
don't
do that.
kumbaya with the devil.
No.
Hey,
Oh,
Zeus,
okay.
W Nutty in the chat. Thank you, Nutty, for coming up here and having this conversation. W Nutty in the chat. So T, listen, we got to move it on, and I got to make decisions in the kingdom. You know what I do? I'm an honest broker of the truth. After this conversation, I just got to ask: Do you at least regret voting for Donald Trump at all?
No, I don't think I regret it. I think again, I told you when I came in, you could have voted either way.
Okay,
I don't think.
so you know what that means for you. You see the chat? You see what they're saying?
I'm seeing a lot of W nutty.
Well, we do this. We got to do this the easy way or the hard way. So I think, from what I understand, you are okay with Donald Trump bringing inflation up still because, in your opinion, it's the lesser of two evils. Even though the whole campaign, actually the whole time Joe Biden was in office, you all cried about the prices. But as long as Trump brings them up, it's okay, correct?
I'm sorry. You said
As long as Trump brings up the prices and makes inflation goes up, it's okay, right? The tariffs, you're fine as long as it's Trump doing it. Our grocery prices, our egg prices going through the roof, it's okay as long as Trump does it, right?
Biden's.
I didn't ask about Biden. See, so I have no other choice but to send you to the lake of fire. Do you think your name is in the Lamb's Book of Life? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
no,
I didn't think so. Well, listen.
I'm just a person.
Yeah, well, listen. I'm gonna have to toss you into the lake of fire. It was a good conversation, but
Yeah, thanks for having me.
but
man.
when you're possessed with the MAGA demon, which you currently have, I just have to do it in order, and hopefully it'll purge the demon out of you. All right.
All right, peace and love, brother. Thank
Have
you.
a good one, T. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending T where he belongs, straight into the lake of fire.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You just can't save anyone. You know, when you're deep in that cult the way that a lot of you Trump supporters are, that's the exact reaction you'll get. Overwhelmed them with a lot of information, a lot of facts, data, and statistics, and guess what? It doesn't matter. You'll look for any reason to support this person. When your back is against the wall, MAGA, you know how that feels. It's just amazing how you'll find anything to justify supporting the worst candidate ever. I'm not wrong. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, all right? And I'll bring you right on up here. Oh, okay. You said that I'm wrong. Come on up here, JD. Oh, yeah. If you said that I'm wrong, please.
Oh, yes, Zeus, you are always wrong, buddy.
What am I wrong about?
Hey, is Trump in jail?
Oh,
Did
no.
you read the indictment, Zeus? Zeus, you were one of the ones that used to come up here and you happy dances, indictments, and he's going to jail and nothing, Zeus.
Yeah,
He's not in
yeah.
jail. We're just keep winning. That's all we do is win.
Do you honestly feel like you won?
Yeah.
Because you don't sound happy.
Zeus. Oh, I
think
love
about
this.
this.
I love
Think
that
about
you guys spent begging money for years on TikTok to be wrong this entire time.
Again, that's all opinion. Here
Is
we
he
are
in
right
jail?
now.
No,
Here,
there's no opinion. There's no opinion. Is he in jail?
no, I just answered your question, but that's not
Okay,
even
so
the
it's
issue. Here's the
Okay,
deal.
what's your
Here's the
issue?
deal. Here's the deal. You screwed yourselves, and you don't
How
even
they-
see it coming. And this is the
How did I
most.
screw
It's
myself?
actually
Tell me.
hilarious. If it didn't affect me, I'd be laughing a lot more.
Tell
But
me how I screwed myself.
I've been
Be
covering
specific.
it. I've been covering it. The tariffs,
No.
the mass deportations, the cuts to Social Security.
Oh, how are the mass
mean-
deportations going to affect us? How are they going to hurt us in a negative way?
How do you understand they're going to work out? Who's going to pay for it? What state do you live in? What state do you live in?
Zeus, we're already paying $150 billion a year to maintain them. Actually, I think it's more cost effective to get them out of here.
No, I've already debunked that lie. A lot of the
No, you
people that
haven't.
you're talking about deporting, they're not really bad people. They're contributing to the economy in more ways than you can imagine, and you know it.
Oh,
you
okay.
sit here, and you go shopping.
Oh, they are, huh? They are.
do
huh?
you do what kind of work do you do?
I'm in sales. I do IT sales.
IT sales, all right. Do you go grocery shopping?
Oh, please go this route. Go ahead. Yes, I do. Are you
Okay.
saying that our groceries are going to go up because the illegals are no longer here?
undocumented people are working in those industries and they're contributing towards the
So
price being
are,
what they are.
So the illegals are working here, undercutting the American people. Is that what you're saying, Zeus?
Why do you say illegal? What do you get by saying that word? It just doesn't sound right.
Because that's what they are. They're illegals. We have laws, in the United
Can't
States.
you say it a
broke the
little
laws to
better?
Come here.
Are you a Christian?
They're illegals.
Are you a Christian?
That has nothing to do with it. We have laws.
But you can actually be more.
We have laws.
You
We
can
have
actually
laws.
talk
You
like
can
you
spin
are a
on your
little
head.
bit more.
Hey, you can do a backflip, mental gymnastics, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, we have laws, and they broke the law coming here illegally.
But Trump broke the law.
That's just facts.
Trump broke the law. You don't care
How
about
did
that.
he break the law? Let's hear this.
Well, he got.
How did he break the law?
He was convicted. And
Oh, the kangaroo court? Okay, that's cool. Cool. You can have that 34 felonies for a couple more days until it gets dismissed.
all I was just
Go ahead.
doing was
Take that one.
all I'm doing by bringing that up is just pointing out to you don't really care about criminals. As a matter of fact, I've seen some of your friends literally wear a shirt that says "I voted for a felon."
Let's call it for what it is. Let's call it for what it is, Zeus. Let's talk about that case you really want to talk about. Let's get to the brass nuts of it. What happened in that case? What did the judge say? You don't have to agree on the charges. You just have to agree something here. That in is legal. How about that, Zeus? Let's start with that one. Hey, Zeus, how about this? How about the evidence that was used? Well, how about the evidence that they tried to use? Trump had presidential immunity, and Alvin Bragg knew it, but he used it anyway. But hey, you dismissed that too. They broke the law to go after him, but you don't care about that, Zeus.
So this all I'm pointing out to you, because we can go into the nuts and bolts of the case, just like you said, but there's no reason to do that. We know at the end of the day, the jury came back and they said 34 counts guilty.
That he's innocent.
No, they said
Of what?
guilty.
Of
Falsifying
what?
business records.
That's no. What's the underlying crime? That was
Falsifying business records, checks, invoices, and general
crime.
ledger entries.
Nobody can. I mean, nobody can name it.
I mean,
Hey, but I know it hurt your-
I just gave it to you. So my only reason for bringing that up is because
You've been wrong this entire time.
Is because
Dude, but hey,
you
dude,
don't.
I appreciate you going every day.
You
taking
don't
acid
mind.
yourself.
You don't
It's entertaining.
mind criminals because you voted for a felon. That's all I was saying to you. So let's not bring that element into the conversation. Now let's get back to your bottom line.
But he's not a felon. But
Okay,
he's not a felon.
okay,
See,
well,
the rest of the
okay.
real world, the rest of the real world knows that he's not a criminal. Everybody else knows that it was a kangaroo court. Everybody in the world, the whole world knows
So
it.
how
But
many
you
courts in
Democrats.
the United States are kangaroo court? Just
Because you hate Trump so much.
how many courts in the United States are kangaroo
No,
courts?
we're not. We're talking about Trump and what they did there. What did the Supreme Court say? What did the Supreme Court say?
You're not even
They
trying
said
to
you
have the
a unanimous
conversation.
decision on what? What did the Supreme Court say?
You're not even trying to have the conversation.
They said it has to be unanimous on what the charge is.
Sir,
That's per Supreme Court. That's not what they did.
are you okay? Number one, because I don't get why the aggression.
Oh, I'm fine.
I don't get
I'm
the
fine. I'm
aggression.
just like you're not gonna fucking you're not gonna bullshit me like you do everybody else.
Keep it
I've
clean.
been watching-
We don't curse over here. I just want to know why you're so triggered. You
Oh,
know what
I'm
I
not
mean?
triggered. I'm enjoying this.
All right, your daddy's in
Zeus,
the background.
you've been wrong
and-
entire. Zeus, you've never been
no,
right. about
actually,
anything.
no. The only
love
thing
it.
I was wrong about. You want me to be honest with you, and I'll admit this on TikTok today.
I mean,
was-
didn't you have to buy Snuggie 2 steak dinners because you were wrong?
Let me say what I need to say because this is something that I was wrong about.
Go ahead.
And I'll take full ownership.
Go ahead, Zeus.
I was
ahead.
wrong. I made a mistake of assuming Trump supporters were a lot smarter. All right, and would actually consider facts. But this election proved to me that unfortunately they're
But-
not as smart as I thought they
you
were.
have
So
the
I
facts.
apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for assuming that. All right.
Hey, you thought that Trump's going to jail. You thought Biden's going to win. You thought Harris is going to win. You have been right about anything.
Did
bro.
I
It's
just
embarrassing
explain?
at this
I
point.
just explained to you what I
mean,
thought.
I mean, at this point, Zeus, I'm impressed that you.
I
keep your lives
actually
up
I
at
gotta
this point. You're
apologize
so
for
wrong.
another thing. I actually gave Trump supporters a little more credit. I actually thought they cared about rule of law. But boy, oh boy, did you all prove me wrong. So yeah, I apologize. I got that wrong too.
I mean, it's funny is that Trump's not even really president yet, but he's already the free leader of the world. I love this. This is great.
Well, that's why I'm on
is
him
great.
right now about did he stop those wars like he said he was going to? No. But guess what he is? Guess what he is doing? He's grifting folks like you. He stays
Let me
in
ask you,
your pocket.
How is he going to stop a war? How is he going to stop a war when you have a potato head that's giving long-range missiles to Ukraine to keep the war going?
He said he would do it. You got to ask him. I don't know what his plan was, but that's what he said on the campaign trail. If it wasn't for President Biden,
I mean,
you know
what
what?
does Zelensky say? What? Go ahead. What?
If it wasn't for President Biden, Russia would be right here in the United States, and you'd probably be in Russia's army. All right, W.
Oh,
President
shut up.
Biden. W. President Biden.
Was Russia here during Obama? After Russia went during
Not that I
Obama's
know
term?
of,
No.
but
Was it
we
when-
know,
during-
but
no,
we
during-
know,
during
but
Bush's
remember
term? No,
Russia,
stop
Russia,
it.
Russia.
Stop
Remember
it.
Russia. Remember that? What was that meeting about in Trump Towers?
Yes. I'm very well about the Russian. I'm very well that the Russian dossier was made by the Ukrainians, which Victoria Nuland got caught. She stepped down the very next day. I mean, you really want to go down this route, Zeus?
I don't honestly think you know.
No, I'm not.
Enough about this scenario, this situation, but I do have my concerns.
Nobody die anymore.
I think your connection is actually struggling a bit, bro. You okay? You're I can't hear you. Well, JD, here's the deal, JD. What I'll do is this. I'll move on to the next guest, JD. There's a lot of feedback, but I think I get the gist of what you're saying. You're going to smell Donald Trump's dirty diaper, whether I like it or not. I get that, right? And you're going to definitely do anything he says. Donald Trump says, JD, smell it again, and you're going to do it, all right? So I'll take care of business. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Let's warm up the Lake of Fire. I apologize. I was wrong. I actually did think Trump supporters would be able to actually look at facts, data, and statistics and make an informed decision. But I was wrong, and I'm so sorry. All right, but hopefully, JD, this Lake of Fire, it'll purge the MAGA demon out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the previous guest a huge round of boos and shade.
Silence, you MAGA.
Now listen, if you're getting triggered by the way that I'm running this show, maybe a friendly reminder will help.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Bingo. Yeah, if you don't like how President Biden has saved this country from this guy, leave. All right, I hear Putin needs new soldiers. All right. Thank you, everyone. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we have next? All right, good morning, Stacy. Good morning. How are you doing? Hi, Stacy. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
Huh? Stacy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Did you vote for Trump?
I sure did. I sure did.
What part of the country are you from, ma'am, if you don't mind?
What part of country I'm in? I
Yeah.
am the United States.
I mean, north, south, east, west.
I'm south.
Okay, all right, W. Do you recognize the error of your ways? Because if not, I can help you with that. What Donald Trump is going to do is make it harder for folks like you to survive.
No, he's not.
Because your
He's
budget.
going to let us survive. Because if Kamala would have stayed in there, we wouldn't have been surviving. We would have probably been in war.
You know, I've heard that before. And
Yeah.
I know where you got that from. And what if I were to tell you, wherever you got that from, they lied to you?
No, they didn't.
Because-
I watch it all the time. I hear it. I watch it.
You watch what?
Kamala, it ain't because she's black, because we didn't vote for her.
That's what a lot of
It's
people
because
say. That's what a
she
lot of
didn't
people
vote.
say. It's because she's a black woman. Now, I'm
No.
glad you brought that up. So now that you've opened that door, that's what a lot of people are saying. The streets have spoken. You can't tell people that are keeping their ear to the streets, Stacy, that it's
I
not
don't care
that.
what color you are. If you don't know what you're doing, why would you want her to run a country, our country, and the woman don't even know what she's doing? She can't even answer a question. Somebody can ask her something, and no, I wouldn't change nothing. Well,
Okay,
we need
okay.
a change.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're saying that Kamala Harris has no clue what she's doing. Have you seen any of the legislation that the
No, she
Biden?
don't.
Have you
Have
seen
you
any of
seen
the
the
legislation
Vice
that the
President?
Biden-Harris administration passed? Have you heard about any of it, like the Infrastructure Inflation Reduction Act, the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act? You heard about any of those things?
You know good and well as I do, Obama was telling her exactly what to do, what to say.
Oh.
It wasn't her.
Oh. Oh. What? Can I ask you an honest question?
You know it was.
Can I ask you an honest question? Why would you vote for
I don't
Donald
know.
Trump when you heard what he said about his own daughter? Have you heard what he said about his own daughter?
Is it true? Did you hear it? Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
You heard him say that to his daughter?
Yeah.
Or did you hear people saying he said that?
I heard him say it.
No, he did not say it. What did he say?
Well, if I play it for you, will you promise to tell me your honest opinion about it?
Yeah. You go ahead and play it.
Okay. And again, I'm only doing this because I know you probably don't know, but and I want you to know.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, a damn joke. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut, but it's a joke. Can
What-
nobody joke? See, the Democrats don't believe in nobody joking about nothing. You heard everybody laughing. He was joking.
Can I play another one?
Sure.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Why didn't Ivanka start off by saying that she had that in common with her dad? Why did she say real estate and golf? I mean, it seems like she's not in on the joke. Right?
Well, I'm pretty sure that they joke just like any other family. They joke around.
So that's okay?
If you're joking around, yeah. If you actually do it, it's a different thing. Did he have sex with her? No, he did not.
So you would advocate that his parents or fathers honestly should just joke around with their daughters like
I
that?
told my dad that he was good looking, and if I was his age, I would go with him.
You told that to your daddy?
I sure did. Ain't a daggum thing wrong with it.
You know what? Stacy, you know what? You got a lot going on, and I don't know if I'm able to actually help you.
I don't know if I can help you either.
No, I think you.
The problem is the Democrats don't want to try to help. They want to make
Stacy.
us a cult. Why are we a cult?
Stacy.
What do we call y'all?
Stacy.
What do we call y'all?
Stacy, listen. Stacy. You're beyond my help. Normally, I feel like I can help people, but what you got going on where you're at and somewhere south in the United States, it's beyond me.
I know.
You belong to Donald Trump. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Sure do. I wish I was right there in his family.
Would you smell his diaper? Be honest.
Why would you say he wears a diaper? Biden's the one's wearing
No.
diapers.
I'm being serious. Would you smell it if he asked you to smell it?
Would you smell Biden's?
No. Stacy, come on now.
I'm asking you.
Stacy.
Would you smell his diaper?
Stacy, you know Biden wearing. You know that's not true with Biden. You and your friends wear shirts that say I'm wearing diapers, and you actually put on diapers. I've seen the photos. Trump wears diapers. Would you do it, or would you charge him to do it? Like $5 and you'll smell it?
It wouldn't probably be Republicans that would be wearing that. It would
Okay. Well, guess what, Stacy?
But anyway, it's
Stacey,
probably. What about the garbage? What about taking out the garbage?
I'm about to do that right now, Stacy. I'm about to do that right now with you. All right, now listen.
Take me to hell.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Stacy has lost her mind. She will do anything for Donald Trump. Thank you, Stacy, for jumping in yourself. All right, because you knew I had to do it. You'll do anything for Donald Trump, and I know you will. You're one of the rare people that I think, and I say, oh yeah, she'll do it. Let's send her to the Lake of Fire where she can have fun with her daddy.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah, Stacy, may you and Donald Trump enjoy each other, all right? Serious, all right? This is crazy stuff that we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. I've never had to deal with anything like this before. I really haven't. Let me bring up my next guest, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Let's see. Woo! W Nurse Brown in the chat. Thank you, W Nurse Brown in the chat. You never, I mean, I've seen a lot of things out here, ladies and gentlemen, but this by far has to be the most interesting situation I've ever ran into. Let me bring up the next guest, Oscar W. Good morning, Oscar. How are you doing?
Suze, how you doing, guy?
Hey, I'm all right. What can I help you with? Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, man. I'm sorry. I got in the wrong spot or what?
Oh, okay. Well, did you want to say something real quick?
I just wanted to say one thing, Suze. All these MAGA guys that are coming up, you know?
Yeah.
They're running scared, man. They're really, really running scared.
Really?
Yes, they are. Because
Why?
Because we're trying to, say it to them.
Yeah.
Truthfully, factually.
Yeah.
What he's going to do, and they don't have it into their head. But on the other side of their head, man alive, man, they're running scared because of what's going to happen to them.
And what do you think is the main thing they're scared of?
Well, the main thing they're scared of is what we've been talking about. If they send all of the Mexicans back to Mexico,
go ahead, Oscar. Tell them.
They're afraid they're gonna make them go do the picking and the hoe in the fields. You know.
Wow. I didn't think of it at that level. So you think it's double scare, right? Because I know there are people who are afraid that they might get caught and detained. But then you're also saying the people who are here saying, yes, send them. They're afraid because they're going to have to do the work.
Exactly. That's what it is. And then besides that, you know, all this Canada and Mexico, what they're saying about the tariffs, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think this guy's going to get in office, man. I really don't think so.
You don't think Trump is going to become president?
I don't think so.
What? I
don't think so.
Why not?
Because, look, everybody around the world is already complaining about his presidency, you know, being president. Everybody around the world's already doing it. So these guys just cannot let this guy in, man. I swear they cannot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They cannot do that because if they do, they're going to destroy not only the United States, but the rest of it.
I agree. You know, I agree. W. Oscar in the chat. Let's just say he gets in. Do you think he'll do the full 4 years, or do you think he'll get impeached because maybe he'll break the law or, you know, do something he shouldn't do? What are your thoughts?
You know, Suzette, he's already broken the law, guy. All they have to do is just go and pick him up, guy. Honest, man. That's all they have to do.
Yeah.
That's because, you know, if they let somebody like that in office,
yeah,
with all the picks that he's got for his cabinet,
amen.
That would be it, buddy. That would be it.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And all these MAGAs are afraid because they're going to have to go and pick the strawberries and
tell them, Oscar. Yeah. What do you say about the people who voted for him that are, you know, people of color? You saw the stats, right? You saw the results of the election, right?
Yes.
What do you got to say about that? Because I have been dealing with a lot of people, especially people from my own community, that get up here and they cheer this guy on, and it's like, newsflash, do you not understand what's about to happen?
Yeah, they don't understand that at all, man. You know, this guy, it's cult. You know, this lady that was there before I did.
Yeah.
We didn't even bring up. You didn't even bring up the word. Nobody did. She's the one that came out with the thing that she's in a cult.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's all it is, man. It's nothing else. But see, all these people on our side. Well, I'm Native American, but
Okay.
all of the Native Americans, all the Mexicans, everybody of color is
Yeah.
what he wants to send away.
Bingo.
It doesn't matter if you're Mexican, Indian, black, Hispanic, or from Asia or anywhere else. You know, that's
Yep.
all they want. They want to get rid of every single one of us colored.
Exactly.
And he wants to get into the Indian reservations now, pero no lucky.
Wow. And they voted for this thinking this will make them feel safer. Yesterday I talked to a lady. She was cooking beef stew. Could you believe this? W. Rick in the chat. And she said, I want to be able to cook beef. She didn't say it in these words, but the reason I want to do the deportation is because I want to be able to be safe when I cook my beef stew. What is the ridiculous? Ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard her talking yesterday also.
Yeah. Ridiculous nonsense. All right. You've been cooking beef stew all your life. You should have been safe. You've been safe. Stop blaming people for why you're scared. You're probably scared because you're married to a MAGA man. Right? That's probably why she's scared. That's probably why she's scared. Huh?
It's the rhetoric from the top.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It's the
Nothing
rhetoric from the top. So you're saying that she's not even thinking for herself. Fair enough.
else. No,
Thank
none
you.
at all.
Well, listen, thank you, Oscar. I appreciate your honesty and your transparency. We need more Americans like you, all right, to get out here and tell the truth, all right?
You bet you. Take it easy, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. W. Oscar in the chat. No lies detected. Taurus, did you say you're still here? I mean, I'm not lying. We're telling you the truth. We all know what that looks like. Oh, I don't feel safe cooking beef stew at home, so I need to get Donald Trump in the White House so that we can do mass deportations and send those dangerous people away from me. I mean, no one buys that. No one does. I listened to it again after I uploaded it. I listened to it again and I said, you're creating yourself. You're creating a world that doesn't exist, and then trying to use that to make yourself feel good about voting for Donald Trump. It doesn't work. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here. Taurus, am I wrong? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, and I'll bring you up. All right. Ooh, we have MAGA Demon. How could I resist? How could I resist? So you decided to reveal yourself and show your face.
Yeah. So that meltdown didn't
No.
disappoint me, you know. So
What?
like,
Wait. With a name like that, we got a lot to unpack.
yeah.
You're possessed.
Because
No. You're possessed.
we can't pick our own strawberries, or even have like a Tesla bot pick strawberries, like that'd be an even better outcome, why be in the past of
You hear this?
having these illegals come in
You hear the demon
and they don't pay taxes.
You hear the demon
That's
right now?
basically,
The demon doesn't even need questions.
Yeah.
The demon just goes off and says whatever it needs to say.
Give the jobs to taxpayers.
Do not believe this person, by the way. It's a MAGA
Taxpayers.
demon certified.
Yeah.
So
And what happened to the narrative that,
So-
the president doesn't control prices? You guys quickly got off of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't control inflation,
Ooh.
the
Yeah.
president doesn't control that. Donald Trump's not even in office. Oh, prices are going up.
You hear him
because of
just
Donald Trump.
he's having a
What?
conversation with himself, but we're
How
all the
ridiculous
audience.
are you?
Let us know. What can you
just once you determine whether
Oh.
the president can control prices or not, why don't you restart your live?
Oh.
Just rambling.
Oh,
like
my
Biden
goodness.
doesn't control
These guys-
prices.
W. Rick in the chat. MAGA.
Control prices. Donald Trump does, which is actually probably more truth.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
control yourself. It's sad. It's sad. You get into my box, and I didn't even prompt you to ask or say a thing, but you're just unhinged and just saying anything that comes to your mind. Look what Donald Trump did to you.
Where's Joe Biden going to be on Saturday?
I'm good.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Look what Donald Trump has done to this person's mind.
What's
You're
Joe
a vassal.
Biden gonna be doing Saturday?
You're a vassal of transgression. You've erased your soul and replaced it with the MAGA demon. I can't take you. We can't have a conversation about President Biden. We need to have a conversation
What
about
is he
your
doing
soul.
on Saturday?
We need to have a conversation about your soul.
I can tell
Why?
you what Trump's going to be doing. He'll be public in the Army-Navy game. You know, that has 8 million viewership. Biden will be hiding again in his basement, shielded, you know, with your yappy.
He can't even get it out. He can't even get it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen one of many. That's only the first one I know, but there's a legion of these demons out here. That was a certified MAGA demon. And I'm going to have to send it straight back to the lake of fire, straight to the bottom of the pits of hell. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send that previous guest, who's a MAGA demon. He came into the wrong kingdom with that nonsense. Let's send him straight into the lake of fire. Let's give him a huge round of booze and
Silence, you MAGA demon.
That it's sad. Look what Donald Trump is doing to these minds of the Trump supporters. You know, every single guest that gets up in the box and tries to at least have a conversation ends up embarrassing themselves and revealing that they themselves are ill-equipped. They don't know how to think for themselves at all. They don't. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. Oh, my good friend Cabria, good morning. Veronica, thank you for the subscription. Good morning, Cabria. How are you?
All right. Good morning, Zeus. How's
Good
it
morning.
going?
Good morning. I'm all right, and you?
I'm well. Boy, that guy, he was really deep with the MAGA demon.
Ain't that
He
something?
was, oh, it was something else. And so was the lady before you. You know, Zeus.
Yes.
I was talking to some friends about Trump's plans on his immigration and the firstborn. And they said, well, you know, Melania, she had her papers when they got married. I said, well, even if she did, Trump said he was going to end the naturalization process.
Yeah.
Right. And then so remember his first wife, Ivanka, she was an immigrant. So that makes.
Oh, Ivana. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes his 3 children by her firstborns, which means now, are you going to apply the same rule of thumb for them that you want to apply for the people of color immigrants?
Amen.
You
Get them
know
out
what
of
I
here. He said we got to get rid of them all, right?
mean? We got to get rid of them all. That's what he said.
Charity begins at home. That's what I was taught.
Pardon me?
Charity begins at home. That's what I was taught. So yeah.
So was I, but I don't want that kind of charity, you know. But anyways, you said it's a good conversation today what you're having. Some of the oh my God, I don't know how you can unpack all the stuff that comes across your chats below from the people you bring up. I mean, oh my God.
Well, it starts with recognizing these people. They do not have the ability to process information. Cognitive dissonance, right? That's what it is. And I apologize. You saw me. I thought they would at least look at the information that we've given them and say, hey, you know what? Trump really isn't a great person. But we were wrong, weren't we?
Yeah, especially the first gentleman who claimed he was a veteran, right?
Yeah.
So, when you brought up about Fauci, all right, now I know Dr. Fauci, what is he, a epidemiologist, a
Yep.
virologist? Okay,
Both.
uh, so Trump is not everything he said he was an independent, but this guy, no, he was clearly in the Trump on the Trump train. And the magazoids, they kill me because they always say I voted for Obama. No, you didn't. I can't see someone just making that type of transition from Obama to Trump.
Bingo.
It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense to me, Zeus, because
It
it
doesn't.
doesn't. And everything was someone else's fault but Trump. But yet Trump is supposed to be the commander in chief, right?
Yep.
Trump is supposed to be the president, right?
Right.
So the buck stops. Who was it? Was it Harry Truman that said the buck stops here?
Yep.
The buck stops here.
W. Cabria in the chat. She's right. No lies detected.
But with Trump, the buck stopped everywhere but with him. And now I guarantee you, you mark today's date and the day and the year.
December 12th, 2024.
Okay. Now, all of these people, Trump, he's nominating or he's put up for his cabinet.
Yes.
They're gonna they're gonna screw up real bad, Zeus. And he's not gonna take responsibility.
Oh,
he's putting these know-nothings in there. So when everything goes haywire, he can dust it off of him and say, well, that's what I put them there for.
Oh, that's a grand plan.
Yeah. I don't believe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm a doctor of Trumpology. You know what I mean? I figured Trump out.
Yeah.
And so he's putting what, this lady who's the owner of the World Federation Wrestling.
Yeah.
He's putting Dr. Oz. He's putting
what
circus.
Is
it? Yeah, he's
Pete
putting
Hegseth.
Yeah, Hegseth. Oh, that's gonna be disastrous, And I can't believe Joni Ernst. Now she's so just let it all crumble.
RFK, yeah.
RFK, let it all crumble.
You know what I think? You know what I think? And part of me says it should happen. I think the Democrats really should get out of the way for like 6 months. What do you think?
Yeah, just get out of the way. Let them stumble all over each other. And I was telling my brother the other day, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, he's going to want to come to Hakeem Jeffries to help him push over the budget, For
don't do that.
Right? I told my brother, if I was him, I'm not going to help you do anything. You get your clown of chaos, get all your chaos clowns together, and you guys deal with this together. Let them just crumble and fall, and then the American people, they will see what the Democrats have actually done for them.
That part. W. Cabria in the chat.
But anyways, I'm going to let you continue with your fabulous show because you keep it 3H always.
Thank you. I try my best.
Honest, humble, and forever handsome.
Let's go. Nutty gets mad when you say that because he's really insecure about that.
Well, tell Nutty he's next in line behind you, but you're the handsomest man on TikTok and Facebook and
Thank you.
Zoom and everything
Thank you. W. Cabria in the chat. Woo!
Bye-bye.
All right. No lies detected. See, ladies and gentlemen, they say we push hate on the show. We don't push hate. We push nothing but love. This is the one place to go to get your daily dose of truth. I mean, we have a very diverse group of people that come up here and share the truth. All right. Yes, Biden did commute those 1,500 sentences, right? And what did he do? 39 pardons, right? Something like that. Oh, look at that, Jay Bear. You're here to see Big Zeus. Wow. Heaven, how did you bring her here? Wow. It's, full-blown hate. I don't think so. I don't think it's full-blown hate. All right? I think what it is with you, Jay Bear, is obsession. I'm going to come out with a cologne for you, Jay Bear. All right, it's going to be called Zeus Obsession, and you can spray it whenever you get that little itch, that little urge. All right, but you got to pay the price. All right, if you got the bread, I'll help you get it. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Jay Bear is obsessed with Big Zeus. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you think she's obsessed with Big Zeus. All right, because I want her to understand. We see her. All right, and we see you, and we will help you get the help. Look at all these people who put a 1 in the chat. All right, they know you. Zeus session 1 trillion. She's obsessed with me. She wants Zeus like you wouldn't believe it. I go to their lives and Zeus, just come up here and just talk to me. I mean, she does all this weird stuff. And I said, listen, you need to go talk to your significant other and leave Big Zeus alone. All right. Let me bring up my good friend Q Dog. Welcome, Q Dog. How you doing, champ? Yeah.
Late today. Oh yeah. She wants some of Big Zeus.
She can look, but she better not touch. Don't try to touch, all right?
Exactly. I'm just still baffled and curious on why these blaggers and maggers are so angry. The dude got in office.
Yeah.
You got what you asked for. Now, are you angry because you know he's lying and he's about to do some crazy stuff?
Yep.
Because you keep coming up on Zeus's live like we can change it. We tried to change it by putting VP Harris in office. But you constantly, every day, come up here mad, angry, yelling, screaming, shouting racial slurs and whatnot. Why?
Yeah. Playing the race card.
Put a 1 in the chat and come up and talk to me and Zeus and tell us why you so angry.
Do we have any Trump supporters that are willing to get up here and at least be an honest broker of the truth? People would like to actually talk to you and hear from you because we know what's coming your way, but you don't.
And they said we're not angry. No, you are. It's painting a picture that you're very angry. You're angry at us because we're talking against somebody that we didn't want in office.
Yeah.
If you didn't like somebody, why would you keep going to their platform? I don't understand that. If somebody came and did a number 1 and number 2 in your yard, would you go to their house and eat dinner with them?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm being serious right now. We joke and we laugh and whatnot, but seriously, on all notes, would you actually bring somebody into your household that did a number 1 and 2 right in the middle of the day in your front yard? Because that's how we feel Trump is doing us.
Tell him the truth.
You may not agree with it. We can agree to disagree. But at the same time, you still keep coming up here angry at us like we should be on your side. Why are you talking against Trump? We don't understand it. I'm just trying to figure out what did he put in the sauce to make y'all think like this. I need to bottle that up and sell it for real.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen so many people so in awe. Y'all more in awe about Trump than the Jordan fans all across the world. And that's my frat brother.
Yeah.
I've seen more of y'all just in awe about this man that looks like he's about to fall over. And y'all talk about Biden and his age and whatnot. Y'all know that Trump is up there, right? He's closer to 100 than he is 50. I'm just curious on why y'all so angry. Why are y'all pushing y'all anger towards us?
They're angry. We'll wait. They're angry because their egg prices are about to go up.
Well, bring your behind up here, alter ego, and have a conversation with
alter ego. He won't.
He ain't nothing but a troll.
Alter ego. He's not a troll. He's a Zeus fan, but he's a little biased.
I think he's infatuated. That's what he is.
Maybe that's what it is.
You seen that movie with the young lady? What is that? Obsession.
I vaguely remember it, but
with Beyonce.
Oh no, I haven't seen. Hi Jeff, you came up here to support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump. I
You heard
voted
what
for,
Q Dog said, though, right?
yeah, about the number one and number two in your front yard. I
Well, a
thought that
lot
was
of
pretty
No,
things.
funny.
I said a lot more than that.
But
I'm just curious on why y'all so angry at us, and y'all come up on the live every day with that same energy.
Actually, I'm not angry. That's one of the reasons I follow Zeus, because I like to hear
Okay.
that side of the story. I like to hear what he
oh,
believes in and what
oh,
you believe in.
oh.
Because I'm a little bit open minded, right? I gotta hear both sides. That's
Now
what
that
America's
part
all
I can
about.
respect, brother. Jeff, I can respect that. Now we all not gonna think alike. We're
Right.
not going to have the same
W
ideas
Cabria.
alike. You're gonna have your opinion, I'm gonna have mine. You voted for Trump, but this particular type of Trump supporter, I rock with him
Well, I
because he
think we
has an
all are
open mind.
Americans,
He
right?
had he has an opinion of his own. That's his prerogative, and we respect that. It is what it is. But the ones that I'm talking about that come up here and just go 100 in, like you're
Yep.
100% wrong. No, 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 no. I mean, that's your opinion.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, there's some of them that do come up. Some of them are a little, I'll call them triggered. I don't know why. We're all Americans at the end of the day. We all got to get along. If Russia comes tomorrow or China comes tomorrow, I hope we all can stand next to each other and fight them. I
And
mean,
you see how
Wait a second.
did
Hold
you
on
see
now.
this in the live, Zeus?
Huh?
These are the people that I'm talking about in the live that's calling this man a loudmouth MAGA.
They're in the live in the chat.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Wait a second. We have Trump supporters upset with Jeff.
so it looks like a Trump supporter that's upset with him.
I know that ain't true. I know that is not true. There should be more unity. You all won, right?
right.
Help me
Absolutely.
understand that, bro.
So
We
Jeff,
get-
why
we
do you think
get
they're
win.
mad at you?
Oh, I don't know why people would be mad at me. I mean, I could see that liberals, they tend to get, the extreme liberal sides tends to get a little mad because I think of I think different way. Just like Q was talking about, we got all our own opinions, but at the end of the day, we're Americans. We gotta figure this out. We
Okay,
gotta
but
make government better.
but see, now you went and talked about the liberals, but we were talking about MAGA. See what you just did right there, and I know this is the issue with because see, and I appreciate that you like to come in and get the other side, but it's almost like you're just this one guy, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. He says he comes into the show just to laugh. Is that what it is?
Not for me. I think that I think the on the left side you got extremes just like you got on the right side, right? We got some extremes on the right side where people get pretty upset about anything you might say about Trump. Hey, I know Trump isn't the perfect person, but I also looked at the two candidates, in my opinion, that when I looked at Kamala Harris and the way she projected herself, she wasn't a leader projection. There wasn't anything there. Now with Trump, I mean, he's not even inaugurated yet, and he's got world leaders calling him. They're trying to make deals. They're working with the Mexico president, talking to Canada president because he's saying, "Hey, it's kind of a one-sided street. You guys need to fix this,
Jeff?
or we're gonna throw tariffs on you."
Jeff, he's the president elect. Of course, they're calling him. Come on now, stop it.
Right, right. But they
Anybody
respect
who would have
him.
been the president when Biden won, they did the same thing to him.
Exactly.
That's nothing unusual, Jeff. Now, Jeff, Jesus Christ.
You know the funniest thing, though, Zeus.
Whoa.
They have their opinion about, oh, Trump is going to do this and that and this. But this is the same man that filed BK multiple times on his own business. This is the same man that when you ask them, would you put somebody, and we're not even talking about Trump, if you knew on somebody's resume that they filed BK multiple times, would you have them put in charge of finances for your business?
Jeff, answer that, please.
And they say no, no, no. So why would you think that he's going to be able to bring this country to another platform when he can't even bring his businesses to another platform? Help me
Actually,
understand that. Make it make sense.
Well, actually, at his level of what he's doing business with, he's not like the small business down the street, right? They file bankruptcy. He usually, man, they're gone. They're out of business. All their stuff gets sold. with Trump, if you look at what he did during those bankruptcies, he actually made money. And you'll talk to many business people who utilize the current laws in the IRS
You
and everything.
you want to know why I beg to differ on that, Jeff? I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
And a lot of the real estate that is on Peachtree, he bought up. The lady that owned all of that real estate, when you had Club 112, Visions Nightclub, you had the Uptown Comedy Corner, all of that was on that row. And he bought up all that real estate. Guess who's owning that real estate now? It ain't Trump.
Who owns that now?
I don't know who owns it, but he doesn't own it anymore.
So
Because a couple of my frat brothers were in the real estate disclosures and whatnot that's how I know about it.
So Jeff, when you said that thing about the bankruptcies, I got a little bothered because you said he made money. So
He actually by redoing, yeah.
doesn't that mean the people he owed money to, he didn't have to pay them?
Exactly. That's how
Exactly.
BK
So
works.
so you see what's happening here. He's screwing people over. He's
And
abusing the system
You know, he actually used the system to his advantage.
to screw people over.
Look at his current wealth. I mean, it just to look what properties he owns. If you pulled up all his properties and stuff, that's where his wealth is. He doesn't
Jeff, you're not following what we're saying. You're advocating for him to continue to screw people over.
I want to give him a little more insight to the Zeus. Okay, life after basketball. I went to the blue collar level. I've been in credit and collections and customer service with one of the largest banks in the United States for almost 30 years.
Okay.
So I know how it works when it comes to BK7s, BK11s. And a lot of these companies, I got a question for you. If you had a company that you made a multi-million-dollar deal with, I'm not even going to go billions, but multi-million-dollar deal with, and you were in the middle of that project in construction, in building. This happened a lot when it came around the time frame with foreclosures being at the highest rates.
Right.
You have a construction company and all of a sudden the funds just dry up. You don't know what's the reason. You have to stop the project completely. And that happened a lot here in Georgia. That's how I got my first house, through foreclosure.
Yep, you're a smart man. You played the game.
But the people that put their life on the line for that project and was looking for that money to come in so they can pay their workers and whatnot, the company says, "Oh, you know what? We're going to file Chapter 11." Do you think that is right for the people that started the project and the people that worked under the project management company? Do you think was that fair to them?
At the end, it was not.
They don't get paid. The project's not completed. The project is null and void. It's stopped to a halt. Everything stopped to a halt.
Right.
They don't get paid.
Yep.
Don't say it, Jeff. Don't say it's fair. Don't say it's fair.
No, I wasn't going to say it's fair. I agree with what Q-Dog's saying. They didn't get their money, and Trump basically was able to wash his hands and walk away and start another project.
And you see what that does. That's harmful. A lot of families, you know what happens when a husband, has to tell his wife, "I don't have it this month." Divorce. Families are torn apart.
Right.
That's the number one divorce decree.
And this is what he was doing to his so-called
money, finances, issues.
Right. So if I'm a contractor and I got burnt by Trump, would I ever do business with him again?
No.
No, hell no. Right? Yeah, hell no.
So my question is, it's been many people that got burnt by Trump.
How many people?
They voted for him to be in office, one of the biggest jobs in the United States.
Right.
Help me make it make sense.
You're screwing over your fellow Americans, Jeff.
Well, just to
one minute you say, "Can we stand together and But then I hear you making decisions like this, and it just makes me not want to stand together with you, brother.
Yes. Well, I didn't claim bankruptcy. My business is doing quite well.
But you voted for somebody that would screw me over. Just to make a quick dollar, honestly.
It's not like he did it once or
bankruptcy
twice.
screw you
He's
over?
known for doing it.
When's the last time he filed bankruptcy, by the way?
I don't know. What? How many?
Filed
What difference does that make, Jeff? You
It
know,
doesn't matter.
a leopard never changes its spots.
I don't have the charts in front of me on how many. On when was the last
So-
day he filed bankruptcy? But we know he did it more than 3 times.
Look at him making excuses for
Well, was it
Donald
once?
Trump.
Well, he did it 6 times, right?
Yeah, six.
So,
And you know, six
my
is you know
question-
the number 6 goes with guess who? The devil. So let's be honest.
666.
Yeah, and he had property with that address too. So you know who you're dealing with.
So
Jeff?
my question for Q Dog, being in the business that he was in, he saw many bankruptcies, many.
Jeff
And
doesn't.
so my question is, and I bet you some of those people were multiple bankruptcies.
Jeff.
So what I'm
Well,
saying
help
is, in the
me
business world,
answer me another question.
it is a tool.
Answer me another question. With the situation when he denied housing, and you know how the housing authority is very strict when it
I
comes.
remember that.
Right. The
when
red
he
line
denied
rules.
housing to minorities.
Red line rules, yep.
Exactly. Was that fair?
No, sir.
Okay, so he has a history of being unfair on multiple levels.
I think, like somebody said that men can make changes, right?
Oh, Jeff.
And it was a Democrat that said that. I
Oh,
believe.
Jeff, you're doing it again. Why would
Well,
we
I'm just
start
being-
showing you who
well-
your daddy is? We end up talking about Biden.
When you
If
talk
he
about
said-
my
if he
hatred,
says
but
that
what about
about-
your
if he
hatred for
says
Trump?
that
W.
about-
Shaylu.
But Jeff, if you say that about Democrats, I'm gonna say something what he said about Republicans back in 1989.
Oh,
Right.
I
When he
can
was a Democrat.
actually run for office and run as a Republican because Republicans are some of the dumbest people in the world.
Now he said that. And that means you,
that
Jeff.
was not those were not quotes by somebody else. That literally came out of his mouth on a televised interview.
Yep.
So we know this. We know that he is unfair to minorities. He's unfair to business propositions. He's unfair to Republicans on top of Democrats. He's not playing either side. He's playing his own side. He don't care about either side.
So he didn't care about
He's
big
getting what
business
he
and
wants
multi-million
because
dollar
his father-
corporations.
Say that one more time.
He doesn't care about multi-billion dollar
He don't
corporations.
care about nothing. All he cares about is self. His money was handed to him. He didn't earn his money. He got those monies from inheritance. So somebody, I'm gonna tell you something that my father told me a long time ago. When I had this conversation with a friend of mine last night, and we were talking about their child and how they treat their mom. When you hand everything over to someone and all they do is have their hand out, they hand out.
Like that.
When I was little, my father used to buy Schwinn bikes. Those were the Cadillac of bikes. If you know anything about those,
Yeah.
They, for me, my brothers and my sisters. I'm the youngest of 3. All my friends used to have dirt bikes. They used to ride around the neighborhood, jumping curbs and everything. And my father bought me a 10-speed. You know, 10 speeds are not dirt bikes.
No.
But I treated it like a dirt bike. Every other month it was.
I think he got a call. You got a call,
Oh,
Q
okay.
Dog?
That's fine. He's a busy guy.
Yeah. So while he's tending to that, Jeff, I'm just sorely disappointed in you, bro.
I'm not buying. I'm not
Oh,
spending.
you're back.
Yeah, I had a call coming in. I had to delete it. My father told me,
Fair enough.
I'm not spending any more money and buying you any more parts for this bike. When you get a job and you start spending your own money, then you would appreciate what you have.
Yep.
And this is the difference between people that are hardworking Americans and Trump. Trump was handed everything he ever had. He didn't work for it. And when he
Are you
did try to
saying
work
his
for it,
current money that he has, he didn't earn?
the money that he earned, he swindled it from folks by doing BKs. And the money that he did, that he wound up getting, he wound up filing bankruptcy for it so he could keep it. So everything about him was a swindle.
And he's getting money from his supporters right now, selling them $100,000 watches. He's selling Bibles from China, and then he's going to put tariffs on the Bibles. That's doubling up.
Help me understand that.
Like
You get
necklaces
Bibles from
and
another
states?
country, you get
W.
Bibles
Shea
from
Lou in
another
the
country,
chat.
but you're gonna charge tariffs for them to send it to you.
It's all about
man,
money
that
to
just
him.
makes
When
sense,
Secret
bro.
Service stayed at his properties, he overcharged them, raking it in. Took money from foreign governments. This is the con man.
Who do you think makes those shoes that he tried to sell to the black community? Don't nobody want them ugly shoes. Well, who do you think it wasn't? They weren't made in the United States,
Right.
Where do you
Absolutely.
think? Where you think he's
Like
getting
the rest of our
watches and
businesses.
the
It's gone to
shoes from?
China. China makes everything for us.
So he's going to put tariffs on the
They even
shoes
make
that
my
he sells.
prescriptions.
So he's going to put tariffs on his own products and then sell it to his
Overcharge.
supporters because Democrats aren't buying that stuff. So who do you think is going to pay for it? You, Jeff.
Well, 10%
And the ones that do buy it, they get overcharged for it. You think Jordans are high?
At the end of the day, though,
Guess
don't
what?
you feel bad for America that we've been getting swindled all these years from China, Mexico, Canada? I mean, name the country, and you can see where we get tariffed. We get taxed to bring their items here.
What, Jeff? No.
You don't think China?
Jeff.
We can't. Have you ever tried to sell a Ford in China? You can't sell a Ford in China. How about a
but
Civic?
Jeff, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
What? What? Come on, Zeus.
We're going,
I've been
we're
to
going off the
Italy.
subject, Jeff.
I've been to
We're going off
Italy.
the
I
subject.
see all the little Fiats flying around because they build them there. They don't.
Okay,
There's
but
not Ford
Sell a
there.
Ford in China, Jeff.
How
No
about
one's
Italy?
trying to. There's no real serious. Like no one's really out here. The average American is not trying to put their Ford up for sale and then sell it to China. That's not what's happening in the
Well,
real
I'm
world.
talking about stuff that's manufactured in Detroit.
Yeah, right.
Or that's why. Do you realize that's why Toyota actually makes their trucks right? The Tacoma is made right here in the United States because they want to get away from the tariffs.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Tesla parts are made here in the United States?
My goodness.
No.
Okay, so here's the thing. Ever since Trump was elected to be in office, I'm quite sure you heard what was going on with Tesla.
That part.
They told the workers, this was probably about 3 weeks ago, you don't have to come to work. Don't worry about it for 3 or 4 days.
Right.
We'll just pay you We'll just pay you for 8 hours. They cut off overtime. What I just saw recently, yesterday, matter of fact, might have been yesterday or this morning, the production line for those Tesla trucks, those Roblox trucks, the ugliest trucks I've ever seen, the production line has slowed down on them. For what reason? We don't know. All they know is that the requests for those trucks have declined. This was just when I pull up my
Nobody likes those trucks,
laptop
man.
every morning. I see the news that comes up, and that was one of the topics of discussion. So help me understand why you think he is reducing the time for his workers when before he didn't.
Well, because his actual electric vehicles are actually falling out of favor. And he's also talking about a hydrogen engine.
That sounds ridiculous, Jeff. You know that.
What, the hydrogen engine?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You should
Yeah.
look that up.
You
with
know what
Elon
that's going to
Musk.
do. Those are not safe. Those are dangerous vehicles. You know, Jeff.
No,
why
that's
are you
not
talking
true.
about that? And you know he's all about drill, baby, drill.
Oh yeah, Trump is.
Somebody's that's the.
He said he wouldn't let Elon touch that liquid gold.
I'm gonna tell you what it was without being a fly on the wall. He
Jesus
was
Christ,
given a
Jeff.
directive by Trump to reduce productivity and hours on his production line of his company. In order for him to stay in the position that he was given, that was the directive. It doesn't take Stevie Wonder to see what's going on.
So,
You understand what I'm saying? 'Cause it's too
yeah, did you see the
coincidental
price of
of
Tesla
everything that's
stock
going on.
recently?
I'm sorry?
Did you see the price of Tesla stock recently? How far it's gone up?
But nobody's buying them now.
What I'm saying is Elon's about efficiency,
And
right?
people are trying to get
Look what
rid
he
of the
did to
ones that they
Twitter,
have.
X channel now.
Jeff, the culture is rejecting Tesla.
I got 30 frat brothers right now trying to sell their Tesla. Get rid
We
of
don't want them.
They don't
Yeah, who wants it? Nobody wants them. I don't want them. I never
on top
bought
of
one.
on top of that, what you were saying is correct, because if you read what was going on with those Teslas up in Michigan, it was a snowstorm and all these Teslas broke down and they didn't have enough chargers in the area to charge up these vehicles.
That's right. Yes.
They were all abandoned.
And who should we blame about that? Should we talk about Biden saying he was going to put in
Because Biden doesn't run
180,000
Tesla.
and he's only done 10?
Biden doesn't run Tesla. Biden didn't put the.
But Biden put it
together
in
to
the
create-
bill. It's in the bill. That they,
Whose
Biden
business is it? Whose business is it,
Whose
Jeff?
business is it? It's Elon
It's
Musk's business.
Let's stop. Why do y'all have a
No,
problem?
there's more than one charging
people-
station owner.
Yeah.
It's not just Tesla.
Listen, no heavy lifting, brother. Just listen. If you have a business, this is the craziest thing that I could ever imagine. People that have businesses that fail, they want to blame Biden. Who's running your business? Who's putting together the productivity? Who's putting together the timesheets for your employees? Are you telling me you're sending all of this to the White House?
You know what, Q Dog? It's the other way too, right? But when they're making money under Biden's
They're making
economy,
money. Everything's all good.
they don't say thank you, Joe Biden, for all this money I've made since you were president. But when their business is going in the crapper, Joe Biden ruined the
I
economy.
appreciate
But
you.
wait a
Trump.
minute,
Thank you. Even though you know the world was shut down 4 years ago, we appreciate you, Trump, for making our business great as of today. Come on, bro.
Come on, Jeff. Jeff, you've drank and drinking that stuff that got you believing stuff like
Hey,
this,
I
right?
haven't complained about the economy yet, have I?
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. You were here complaining about the eggs with Snuggie. You know it. You were crying about eggs and groceries.
Oh, yeah, that was before, yes. Yesterday I paid $5 a dozen
I
for
want to
groceries
switch
for
it up a little bit.
freaking
Zeus.
eggs.
I want to switch it up a little bit. And I have a question.
But
And we got to move it on. I didn't look at the time. I got to get it. Let's wrap this conversation up, Jeff. All right.
Yeah,
I got a quick thing on the chargers that you guys were talking about, and I wish you guys would just look at it. Is that the chargers were put in the bill?
Don't crash out.
Biden and
Listen
Harris
to me.
put it in their bill.
Jeff, can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yes,
don't crash
I
out. I got a question to ask you because Zeus got to keep the moving.
I got to get up out of here, but
Okay.
we did what we had to do.
Help me understand this when people are talking about the border and so forth, and they're like, "Oh, we need to get the immigrants out of the country, the illegal immigrants and so forth." Maybe you can answer this question. Dating back about 125, 130 years ago, there were some immigrants that came over on slave ships with some cargo.
Already 9, yeah.
We already know what the cargo is. Help me understand those folks that stole the land from the Indians. They were immigrants, right? They came over from Europe. Then they weren't from the United
Right.
States.
No,
They
you're
came over
absolutely
from
correct.
Europe and other countries, right?
Yep.
Why is it that you don't hear any Trump supporters talking about anyone of their ancestor heritage being removed from the United States? Because people they pull up their ancestry trees and whatnot, and a
Yes.
lot of them know about them being descendants of slave masters and so forth. Why is it that you think that they don't say anything about having them removed or anybody that's connected to them? Because he's talking about pretty much, it's unfortunate that you have immigrants that might be married to someone who was born in the United States, that they get deported all as a family, so the family doesn't break up. So help me understand.
It's not irrelevant to the people in the audience. Let's get this question answered, and then let's get up out of here. All right? Because
I got you, Zeus. Q Dog, I appreciate the question, and just like you're saying, so basically, if we go clear back to when the Europeans came with, and we took the land from the Indians and the Native Americans, so in your train of thought, we're talking about deporting illegal aliens that have come across the border, or we'll just call them migrants, or asylum seekers, right? If you want to be politically correct, but at the end of the day, why aren't we talking about all the European people and everything? Well, if that's the case, we'd all have to leave.
Exactly.
Right? We'd all have to leave.
Hey, ring that bell. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm done.
But it's amazing to me that we don't have that conversation when we're talking about the illegal borders and whatnot, because they darn sure came over here illegally off the slave ships.
Right.
And they stayed.
Yeah.
For the reason of financial gain.
Yeah.
Right.
We know that for a fact.
We do know that for a fact.
Guilty is as guilty charged. Listen up, you two. I got to get up
I
out of here.
appreciate you guys' time this morning, though, Zeus.
Yeah, and I do hope you reflect
the conversation, Jeff. You've been
Same.
very respectful, and I would love to have future conversations with you. You are one of the few Trump supporters that I wouldn't mind talking to.
Fair
Right.
enough.
I do follow you. I follow both of you guys. I had to refollow Mr. Crossing because he probably had to change his name for some reason.
No. The other account is on ice for a week, but I'll be back on the
geez.
main account by December 18th. So
Yeah, we got some
Right.
haters in the kingdom. You know it
There
is.
you go.
But they can't
Cool.
stop. They can't stop the show.
No, they
Have
sure
a-
can.
Thought he
yeah.
had me.
All right, you
You
two.
already
I
know.
appreciate you both.
W's in the chat, Q Dog and Jeff. All right, that was a fair fight. That was a fair conversation. All right, you two. I appreciate it. I gotta move it on. All right. We gotta get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy, who is this putting a bunch of ones in my chat? All right, listen. Who is this, James? Come on up here real quick. I gotta get up out of here. What is it? What are you begging to say to Big Zeus? What do you need?
Well, Zeus, number one,
Yes.
How is it that you call yourself Zeus, which is a pagan god, and
Triple
then have
H.
a lake of fire?
Yeah. So you have a problem with my broadcast?
Which is no, I
James,
don't have a problem with the broadcast.
so you
I'm
want to
just
write a
asking.
complaint to my manager or something? Is that
No,
what it is?
no.
So what
But
is your
I'm just
issue?
saying,
You don't.
You're contradicting yourself from the start.
Oh well. Listen, did you vote for Trump?
Most definitely.
You care about the country?
100%.
You just contradicted yourself. Get up out of here,
Why is that?
James. Get out of
Why
here,
is that?
James. Ladies and gentlemen, James, you're a liar. You don't give a darn about the United States
I
of
most
America.
certainly do.
No, you don't,
Let's-
because you
let's
voted for
talk
a person that wants to end the Constitution. James,
let's-
what he said. You saw what he did on January 6th. Listen, James, I got to
let's
get up
talk
out of here,
about
brother.
immigration.
James, see, don't. I got to get up out of here, James. You just contradicted yourself, and I did it in record time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the previous guest, James, a round of booze and shame. James, get up out of here.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it. Translation?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
All right, and that's for you, James. I'll be back tomorrow, same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. And if you want to flush that conversation out a little more, I'll be right here. But I got to get up out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you all deserve a round of applause. Thank you for tuning in to one of the most exciting and engaging shows on TikTok. All right, especially to my subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, helping to keep this so exciting, engaging, and entertaining. I also got to give one last round of booze and shaming. You know exactly who this goes out to, all the Zeus haters out there, and you know exactly who you are. You get on this app day in and day out and spread evil, misogyny, and bigotry, and xenophobia, all on behalf of this supposed person of the year. Yeah, you repeat Putin propaganda on behalf of Vladimir Putin every day. You all deserve this. You're a bunch of Zeus haters.
Silence, you MAGA.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. Take care and stay safe out here in these TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. What a show!
Mr. Mommy,
Have a great rest of your morning. Connect those dots. God bless you. Dolphin, thank you. Thank you, Dolphin. Tell me you missed this morning. Have a great rest of your morning. Cole has a... You know it. You know it. You know it. Good show. Thank you. Whatever Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. If it's a circus, you're a part of the circus. That's just how it goes. Mary Jean, I love you too. Inez, I love you too. Angel, thank you. You know what we do. No lies detected, right? Sneaky fingers, we been rocking and rolling. Goodbye, Tiffany for the people. Great show, Judy. Friday show, you're right. Brown sugar, I love you. Queen, W heaven, no, we do. We do, baby, Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. You know what we came to do. I missed you this morning, but now I have your backup page. All right, Linda Love Cats, thank you. Yeah, we'll be here until the 18th. Thank you so much. Let's go, let's go. Great song, I love it. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies. Good morning, all right? You know what we came to do. You know what we got to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly what we got to do. All right, all right.
Insane.
We got to get up out of here.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late great
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Drill,
hey! Thank you. My sister.
All the stuff, and then all the time about a year to half ago. When she was getting killed in the past, she said, I like.
Hey!
They always go back to what they want. They always go back.
Hey, she can't help it.
She's a radical. Left, she can't help it. We're gonna end that, and we will frack.
And drill, baby, drill. You gotta be able to drill.
We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys. We're gonna drill. We're gonna take out.
Hey, Tiffany for the people.
Taxes deep, insane asylums.
You know they go crazy when you say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Hey, you gotta be able to do it like that, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Tell baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby,
Let's go.
drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Y'all better learn how to drill like Hannibal Lecter.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter.
Why?
We're gonna pay down.
What are we gonna pay down?
We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack.
Hey!
Drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We go drill.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, we're gonna lower your taxes. What do you want me to do? Lower your taxes or pay off your debt? All right, because guess what? We got so much liquid gold underneath our feet. I'm out of here. Take care. Have a great rest of your